We are live on Pop Culture Breakdown. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am excited to be talking tonight about the final Mandalorian and Baby Grogu trailer. And more importantly than that, the Coyote versus Acme trailer, which is something that we were never going to see. Thank God we're going to see it. The trailer came out today, and I've got the screen grabs from it, and we're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to talk about recent revelations from an ex-Disney employee who talks about how Disney could possibly go and trash the Star Wars franchise. You know, they acquired it, and then they ran it headfirst into the ground. You know, like they were Hulk Hogan. And the Star Wars franchise was, I don't know, Andy Kaufman or something. It's just terrible. We've often wondered, what the fuck? You know, you often wondered what the fuck. And we speculated and we've mused about it. Here was an account from behind the scenes, and we're going to talk about that. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about here, folks. I believe Robert Wright has seen the latest episode of Maul. I've been hearing from a lot of folks that, the only problem with Maul as a series is that it has an appalling lack of Maul, or there's like less Maul in it. No, that's not true. All right. Well, good. You're going to set us straight on this. We got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and introduce everyone here. On the panel, we have here at the center of the earth in a holding cell for his safety and convenience, none other than Gary Ambrosia. Gary, it's great to see you, man. How you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I'm doing pleasantly surprised how well I'm doing.
I am too.
Yeah, really. The temperature really went up in here with the last lava leak, and the bathroom, the plumbing is still kind of overflowing from the head, but other than that, I'm okay. You know, maybe you can get that fixed for me.
Absolutely. Well, I'll get someone else on it, and I shall double your ration of booze in the hamster, the hamster thing.
I'd appreciate that.
You know what I'm talking about. It's great to have you here, Gary, and we have Rob Wright's Gen X Pop Culture. Rob, it's good to see you. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, but hey, Dimcock, it looks like we may actually have some fun movies this summer.
Who would have thought that? It's amazing. I know.
Goodness. I know. Oh my goodness. What's Hollywood doing? They're actually giving us fun. Holy cow.
They have been doing that for a while, Rob Wright's Gen X Pop Culture. Yeah. It's almost like the woke worm has turned. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's like receding. The pink tide of woke. I'm kind of delighted about it, actually.
Yeah, me too. We got some actual good stuff to talk about for a change.
We really do. I'm very, very excited about it. And we also have the Mandalorian and Grogu, but we'll talk about that too. And we have Heather L. joining us here. Heather, it's great to see you. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good, Doomcock. Always great to be here hanging out with you. I guess the only way it could be better would be if you would push the button and set Harvey free.
That exactly my point. I've been saying that forever. Thank you, Heather L., who is a pro Cthulhu Crusader, as opposed to that EP character, that asshole, that guy. Appreciate it. Hail to you, Heather L. Hail to you, Heather L. It's great to have you here, keeping us honest with the female perspective on this, this testosterone-infused nightmare of pop culture assessment. And we have Sean Carter on the bridge. Hail to you, Sean. It's good to see you, my friend. How are you doing?
Doing good. I hope you're doing fine, DC, and the panel and everyone in the chat. Let's get it laughing.
Let us do this. And by the way, Nick of Echo Base Network is on his way. That is good news. Let's get to the breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. What was your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid back in the day? Did y'all drink Kool-Aid? I drank Kool-Aid, back in the day.
Yeah.
Who didn't? It was good. Like raspberry.
With my Nikes.
Yeah. I also like the little genial, mug, with his little face and everything. Shit. All those kind of advertising icons back in the day. Wish I had a little sculpture of the of the
The Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid guy. Yeah, it was cool. Right here on my desk, I've got the Frito Bandito. I've got him in an eraser form. Y'all remember that? The Frito
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
Bandito?
Mel Blanc did the voice for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, he
back
was
in the day.
everything.
Yeah.
He was incredible. He was an incredible talent. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about the ongoing drama between the Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger and the rest of Hollywood. A lot of guys like Mark Ruffalo and that kind of crowd. It's like, let me tell you a little secret about myself. Even when I'm asleep, I'm woke, says Mark Ruffalo. And, this comes from our friends over at Cosmic Book News. This was a post on X. He says a new Puck News report is throwing more fuel on the fire surrounding the proposed Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger, and it reads like the woke left in Hollywood is lining up to try to stop the deal. According to Eric Gardner of Puck, there is growing suspicion inside Paramount and elsewhere that Netflix may be working behind the scenes to help sink the merger, while activists, guilds, and celebrity names, including Mark Ruffalo, are helping push public pressure against it. The campaign is being backed by groups including the Democracy Defenders Fund, the Committee for the First Amendment. Well, what does the First Amendment got to fucking do with it? And the Future Film Coalition, which are also said to be planning protests. The thing about it is, folks, this Paramount Warner Brothers merger is so dreadful and horrible because it creates another juggernaut just like Disney. Not even as big as Disney, but any kind of alternate impact on Hollywood, any kind of alternate influence on Hollywood that is not, as far on the extreme of the spectrum as, I don't know, a bizarre transporter accident involving, Rosie O'Donnell and RuPaul. You know what I mean? Like they're just merged. It's like what we got lived a long time. And I'm sorry. That's horrible. Notify the Vulcan embassy and start wearing band-aids on your ass. It's a terrible thing. Look, so many fans are happy about this Warner Brothers Paramount merger. It's because it's not an ideologically based company. In other words, it's going to go ahead and start delivering real entertainment again, not trying to shove a message down our throats. Of course, not shoving the message down our throats in a time ruled by companies that want to shove the message down our throat equates to a company that is committing a revolutionary act. It's a revolutionary act to be a for-profit company now that just wants to tell great stories and entertain the vast bulk of the American public. That's inexcusable these days. And the reason that I am very enthused about this merger is because it does create a very, very large entertainment corporation and a conglomerate that is a good counterweight to, the extremists on the other side of the political spectrum that have for so long weighted things the other way. And it just, I'm thrilled at the notion of getting more movies like Weapons, like Top Gun Maverick, more shows, like Landman or, Yellowstone, Tulsa King, that kind of thing. It's much needed. It's desperately needed in this world. And the fact that all of this coalition of people, including Mark Ruffalo, is trying to stop it means it's a good idea by default. Good idea by default, for fuck's sake. Turn the Hulk into a guy with glasses, and it's like, well, there's nothing wrong with guys with glasses, but the fucking Hulk, man. It's, compared
Rob took off
Ruffalo
his
as the
glasses.
Hulk.
Yeah.
She-Hulk is a savage. She-Hulk is a savage, for Christ's sake. He's trying to talk She-Hulk down, for God's sake. That's how fucking watered down Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is, okay? It's not the Avengers, it's the conciliators. It's the reconcilers, It's the let's talk. I heard Bob Ross is joining the Avengers under Mark Ruffalo. So let's just go around the table and let everyone take a whack at this particular fucking pinata. Gary Ambrosio, where am I wrong on my assessment of the situation? And do you agree with it? Do you have anything else to add to it or refine to it?
Where are you wrong? I can't. I've been searching and I can't figure it out. If it's one thing that these morons can do, it's they can gather together for a protest.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is because they don't even know what they're protesting. They
Right.
just know that the collective mind gathers together with their little pre-made fucking signs, all made by the same person. There's nothing like homegrown or organic about it. And they all gather around and say, we're against the latest thing. They don't know what the fuck it is. Mark Ruffalo, Jolly Green Disney princess.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gamma rays and the merger's bad and everything. He doesn't fucking know why. They have these little like NGOs that are the Coalition for Democracy or some bullshit, they're supporting it, so because the word democracy is in it, so that makes it good.
Right, sure.
Sure. Like they're so mindless. And I don't know, man. Like the fact that what's that other agency that reported the original article was Puck, and they were saying that even though Netflix has kind of denied it, that it's possible that they are hiring people to directly oppose the merger in public, like public activists. And that makes sense because certain older administration people don't like who Ellison's hanging out with now. You know what I mean? So of course that makes anything that these people do just absolutely no. We have to go against it. It doesn't matter what it's going to fix in Hollywood. It doesn't matter, the production problems it's going to solve, the movies it's going to pack into the theaters, the asses in seats and the sugar that's going to be sold and the bills that are going to be paid. No, just, let's just oppose this. It's mindless. I cannot see one reason why these people completely oppose it. They don't make any sense and they don't make their own point. I don't know what their point is because they don't know what their point is,
100%. And, the Dark Knight in the chat says, I noticed they had no objections to Netflix buying them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Netflix is probably hiring them.
Right.
Like they're paid activists, just like every other idiot, mindless activist.
Yeah.
No?
Listen, I like Netflix. Netflix put on War Machine. Netflix put on One Piece. I don't think they're as bad as everyone like says they are just mindlessly. I think they're kind of neutral. But the thing is that, the whole tampon in the men's bathroom situation kind of might reveal, a deeper truth there. I don't know. But all I know is I liked War Machine. I liked One Piece. There's a number of things on Netflix that are good. But I'm for this Paramount Warner Brothers merger. If they have to merge, this is the way to do it. Rob, what do you think? And Nick, it's good to see you, my friend. Hail to you.
Yep, good to see you guys. Just got finished up with the work project, so I was a little late. But
no problem, man. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
All right, so my 2 cents on this. First off, I'm so sick of all the political BS out here. I mean, good gosh, they're protesting because of politics. But here are some stone cold facts. The shareholders are the one that decides this, and the shareholders voted for it, and the shareholders are going to get the payout from it, and it's their decision. If you want to make an impact, or if you want to protest, or you want to do that, then why didn't you buy the stock and try and influence the vote then? You didn't. You don't know how to do that because you don't know anything about business. The other aspect of this, Doomcock, is, Netflix, I agree, is pretty neutral, but Netflix does not do stuff with movie theaters.
Right. Exactly.
I want stuff in movie theaters. I don't want everything being online because I love going to the movie theater. I like being out among a crowd. I like watching a movie on a big, huge screen. I like watching it on an IMAX or a digital screen. I like that experience. I don't want to watch everything on my computer or my TV here. I don't want to be glued home to watch a movie. I want to go out and do that. It used to be an event. People used to actually go out on dates and do that kind of stuff. It used to be fun. Going to the movies is fun. That's what we love about this. And, if it takes two big studios to merge together to keep that, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to clarify something because I'm getting some pushback in the chat saying, saying Netflix is neutral and all this. Well, let me explain what I mean by that because it's a nuanced situation. Netflix doesn't do anything. Okay. Netflix farms out, these projects to other like studios, various other studios, or buys things that other studios have done. So that's why you get a very wide range. Like I think they aired that Dracula shit, which was some of the most woke, horrible shit in the history of the world from the BBC. It was like, a Van Helsing of color, or she was a woman and, Dracula was a toxic, but then you get War Machine and stuff because they're not really paying attention. They're just buying up masses of shit. And some of it is going to be really woke. Some of it is going to be really good. But I think that the problem is that at its root, the company's culture is, tampons in the men's room. You see what I'm saying? Like their sympathies are suspect. Well, and that's why I'm saying, so maybe the company isn't, but their content, they buy Cobra Kai, guys. Let's not have a knee-jerk reaction. And there was a horrible cutie shit. Yeah, which was repulsive and everything else. Yes. But, you've got to look at the big picture of this thing. They bought this shit. It was horrible shit, but they've also bought shit that's really good. And it's just kind of, they're not producing shit themselves. They're buying shit. Right, Rob?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the other thing about it, part of the reason why I agree with you because they go to both extremes and they're kind of in the middle because they provide content on all sides. But the other thing so my experience, I got to see Frankenstein in theaters and it was only out in a limited run for only a week or two. And it was only at like art theater.
Right.
I couldn't even go to the regular theater. And that's why I'm against Netflix and what they're trying to do because they don't want to put it out in the theater for very long.
Right.
And my experience with that was not good. That's the heart of the matter. But I think you're right in saying what Netflix is because they try and feed all kinds of tastes on that thing. They just want clicks and want you to watch.
Exactly my point. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. But the core, you're right. That the core, business, the core people in the business, they're on that side of the spectrum, right? At least all evidence suggests that they are, but it doesn't mean that they don't buy great things like Cobra Kai and War Machine and things like that. Frankenstein. Heather L., what do you think about this story?
I think it's funny. You look at the list of the people and the organizations that are protesting against this Paramount deal. It's like woke wankers of the world unite.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Man, it's crazy the virtue signaling here. When was the last time like Mark Ruffalo and these people actually cared about the average people's jobs? Like, right. You never see him giving up his huge salary or actually protesting when people's jobs were genuinely at risk. It's just a political move that's very obvious. They don't like the politics of the people now that are in charge of Paramount. And that's all this is about. So posing it as, oh, we're worried about jobs and wages and all this stuff, bull crap. Like, we know where you're coming from. And, why is it that organizations that are leftist always have to have Democrat or Republic or some kind of thing like that in their name? Like, it's like the People's Democratic Republic, like country names of communist countries. All these organizations that are leftist have to call themselves like Democratic or, First Amendment. It's just,
right.
Such BS.
Well, I mean, they didn't call it the People's Republic of Mordor for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Back in the day, right?
right.
The Democratic Klingon Republic of Sean, what do you think about this story?
Well, what I've been thinking about since everyone's been talking is what there's a saying that is sunshine is the best disinfectant, and what Paramount has been doing lately with, in the series, you had Landman, you got Yellowstone, you got War Machine, you got Top Gun, you've got what looks like they're getting rid of the woke stuff in Star Trek, and we might get some good Star Trek back. And all that is doing is shining light on how bad everything really has been. And these people don't want that to be exposed.
Yeah.
Because if you have more of Paramount and as these movies continue to be successful and the shows continue to be successful, it just puts a spotlight on how bad they are. And they're afraid of that. They want to silence that because it exposes how horrible they are. And it proves that the message thing is a bunch of bunk and people don't want it. So of course they're going to try to stomp it out, but the thing is that Paramount isn't on the opposite side of the spectrum. They're just right in the middle. And that's why I think you see actually, when you look at how these kind of these groups attack, it's always people that are in the middle, because someone is in the middle of the road is more likely to sway someone away from their agenda. You know what I mean? Like, you have more pull, you have more credibility when you're just coming from a basic standpoint. Just entertain me. I don't want any that's more dangerous to them than like some wacko on the other side.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. That's the thing, is that these people, like Alfred said in Batman Begins, or I think it was The Dark Knight, some people just want to watch the world burn. As well, some people just want to proselytize and opine and brainwash and propagandize, and that's all the value that they see in entertainment. They don't see any entertainment value in stories and inspirational tales and in aspiring. They just want to go ahead and take a wrecking ball to the culture of the past that they view as problematic, and that's the only value that they say. That's all that it is. That's all they care about. But what these guys are trying to do, what Ellison is trying to do, what Zaslav was trying to do, and Warner Brothers and Paramount, is return to simply neutral, to go ahead and start doing stories again that are just plain entertaining. And that is something that is absolutely anathema to these people. That is absolutely against, because if it doesn't contain the message, then it's against the message. That's their fucking philosophy. They don't give a shit about profit. They don't give a shit about, all they want to do to the past is destroy it. And as long as they can bend, fold, spindle, and mutilate Western culture to reshape it into their twisted forms, that's what they want. And so these guys are just like, hey, let's get back to the business of making money. Let's go ahead and make popular entertainment and art. I mean, Warner Brothers is my favorite studio. It has been forever, way back in, Casablanca and, the Maltese Falcon and movies like that, it's just so sad. I mean, look at Weapons. Weapons is a modern classic horror film. I know that this got shunted off for some ungodly, unknown reason, but the day the Earth blew up, that Looney Tunes movie was absolutely fucking fantastic. I bet a lot of you out there in the chat haven't seen this thing. You should buy this thing. You should watch this thing. Yeah, it's fucking great. And it's Coyote versus Acme, it looks like it's in the shit. I can't believe that they tried to Batgirl Coyote versus Acme, just like they Batgirled the day the Earth blew up, and the company that distributed it didn't have the money to properly publicize it, and it was in and out of theaters in a heartbeat. But thank God I got the Blu-ray. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. So for God's sakes, we have ample warning now. In August, we're getting Coyote versus Acme, and for God's sakes, go and see it. Go and see it. We're going to talk about the trailer in a little bit. I don't want to jump but I'm very excited about it. Nick, good to see you, man. What did you think about this Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Netflix story?
Well, I agree with what everybody else on the panel has been saying, and I wasn't here for the beginning of the conversation, so you guys forgive me if I repeat anything that was already
worries.
said.
Go ahead.
But let's be honest here on what exactly is going on. These people are literally doing all this, like, starting this petition and all this stuff because Ellison's a Trump fan. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It's these wokey, heavy left-winging political people that hate Donald Trump are going against this whole merger because Ellison's in charge. And he's over CBS, and then now he's going to be over CNN, and he's going to end up making things neutral, and they're not going to be pushing that propaganda. And also that he already said that he's going to keep the studios operating separately and release at least 30 theatrical films annually. So where's your concern at? There's no concern here. I didn't see this uprising when Disney was buying 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
So
right.
What's the big deal here? It comes down to political BS. And that's pretty much what it is. CNN is going to be in the hands of them moving forward. That, of course, they already have CBS, and the combined company is going to end up, with over 200 just streaming subscriptions alone. I think it's somewhere over 210 million or something like that. So, like, they're going to be rivaling, or they have the potential to rival Netflix with this merger. In their attempts to try to block this, I saw looks like they're trying to push something in the court systems to try to get this blocked or whatnot. It's not going to happen. This thing's going to go through, and they're just going to have to cry about it and get over it.
I hope so, man. I hope so, because I'm very much for it. I mean, God knows, if only Star Trek is saved, then that's enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's enough. And I just the best movies that were released last year came out of Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, Doomcock, the other thing is, think about, I know we don't ever really get into this, but like children's programming, how they could easily rival Disney and bring back Looney Tunes like we had it back in the day.
That would be great. That would be great. Somebody needs to do that, and somebody has to have some faith in Looney Tunes, for God's sakes. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that they just tossed The Day the Earth Blew Up to the curb. The animation was hand-drawn and beautiful. Yeah. Hand-drawn and fucking beautiful. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah, is it like, comparable to, the greatest of Looney Tunes cartoons, like One Froggy Evening or What's Opera Doc? Well, no, but my God, it was head and shoulders above the shit that I've seen recently in theaters and on TV. I mean, it was very, very, very good.
At the end of the day on that, I think what it came down to is they probably looked at that movie before they end up deciding to, shelve this Acme and the Wile E. Coyote movie thing. Because I think that movie only made, 15 million worldwide. So, they lost a crap ton of money on it. But yeah,
nobody advertised. They didn't have the money to have it. Nobody knew it was in the theater.
Yeah, the marketing was terrible on it. It wasn't in theaters long. And so I'm guessing they were thinking the same thing was going to happen with this one. But I think this is going to make way more than 15 million for sure, especially just because the all the drama surrounding it, with it being shelved, and now that it's coming back out, and people have been asking for this movie to come back out. So yeah, like you were saying, not to jump the gun because we're going to be talking about it in a little bit, but yeah,
Absolutely. But I mean, I read the original piece in the New Yorker, I believe it was, and it was very funny and well done. And
I love
shit.
that concept of it.
It is a great concept, and he
great
looks like
concept.
Wile E. Coyote. I mean, it looks very good. I'm excited. Well, we're going to talk about it. I've got screen caps of the trailer and everything. We're going to talk about it. But I believe we have an update from Gary Ambrosio about the Star Trek auction. Is this correct?
That is correct. Would you like me to update you guys?
Please go ahead and spill. What?
I know that you guys have just been waiting and just very patiently, but these are the results of the it's still ongoing right now. We've got another 22 and a half hours until the auction ends. But according to 403auctions.com, let's see there. I've listed there's 711 items that are available. Their highest priced item, which is the Turbo Lift set piece. We all remember that classic piece of Star Trek architecture from Starfleet Academy. They're asking a starting bid of $10,000. So far, that's zero. The same thing. Another Turbo Lift piece, Turbo Lift piece. Again, zero. Their highest bid for any item that they have is apparently an unboxed LG 110 UHD ultra large screen TV. Nothing really to do with Star Trek. It is in the auction because they were probably going to use it for like on-set monitors or something. We do have a set of 2 production-made futuristic door frames. So far, that's at $10.50.
$10.50?
No, $1,050.
Oh, okay.
Futuristic door
There are
frames.
a couple of items. Mainly the items that are being auctioned or that are they're actually receiving bids are all LG TVs. We have a few items. Like I think probably like gamers are interested in the little chairs and things like that, Starfleet chairs. But there is one page of items over $100, and let's see, everything after this page for all the items for $100 or less have zero bids. There's only 23 hours, folks. So if you're really looking to buy a piece of Star Trek history from the Starfleet Academy set, now's your big chance, and you will not be denting your wallet. I guarantee it.
Well, but Gary, you can't have any piece of Star Trek history from the Starfleet Academy set since they have nothing to do with Star Trek.
I know it, right?
Yeah.
I
mean, the only thing I might want to own is the phaser that Mikey Spock held backwards and pointed at himself in that shot. That would be, if you could certify that, yes, this is the famous phaser that Mikey Spock pointed the wrong way at Empress, Giorgio girl.
Yeah.
I would.
But Gary, aren't those prices in Canadian dollars?
That's a good question. I don't know. It could be because it is a Canadian auction site, so it may be cheaper than you think, folks. Get over to that site and bid. Did you guys read the latest tweet from Robert Picardo about Starfleet Academy?
No, sure.
That's hilarious. He's like, well, I don't think our audience found us. It's like, dude, there are 80 million subscribers to Paramount Plus, and they couldn't find you. A 60-year-old franchise, one of the most famous in the entire world, Yeah,
even though people were disproportionately blasting it on Twitter like crazy.
This guy is such a clown.
Well, I mean, it's the conundrum, isn't it? I know I shouldn't probably make this joke. Never mind. I'll shut up. I had a great joke. But no, I'm not gonna.
Just say it. Jeez.
Well, it's like Starfleet Academy glory hole. Starfleet Academy glory hole. Which one? It's a very difficult choice. Very difficult.
Well, it depends on which side of the glory hole you're on, Doom.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay,
No.
now you're making it challenging. Okay.
Anyway, well, so there you go, folks. There you go. It looks like the Starfleet Academy auction is not going.
You know you found Jaden's because there's 2 holes.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Glory holes, plural. That's right.
You know, I
That's
might
right.
buy that turbo lift for 10,000 because you could probably park 3 cars in
1,050,
that
man.
thing. I could just use it as a garage.
Is his skirt on sale? I could wear that.
Yeah,
You
but
could
it's-
install a toilet right in the middle of the fucking turbo lift and just shit on it all the fucking time. You know what I mean? That would be worthwhile. Oh yeah, I got the turbo lift from Starfleet Academy and put a toilet in there. And, always smells vaguely like shit, but then again, it always did. So you know, I don't know. Yeah, all right. Well, thank you for that update. Anyone have any comments about this before we move on? Well, that sounds kind of bad.
I was just gonna say I'm very surprised they did this. They had to know that they were gonna get humiliated by this auction. Like they had to have known, or
Well,
are they that blind?
I don't
Well,
think they
since
did
that
know,
auction-
Sean. I think that they thought that they were going to make so much money on this auction that it would be a sign to bring the show back. That's how fucking delusional these idiots are, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it kind of backfired.
people are going to
didn't it?
be
It's
able
just-
to buy this stuff and they're going to love it and they're going to like sign our petition and we're going to bring our show back.
Well, you know, you can't buy that kind of stuff because the only people that are watching this work at Starbucks, if they
Right.
work. So they're not going to have the kind of scratch to buy. Oh God!
That
Yeah,
huge-
they're going to need
Buy
that
inch
$10,000
TVs
for
going
their
for
therapy
$110.
session. So.
Yes.
Heck?
Oh my. Oh
Yeah.
my. What about the captain's nook? You know, the captain's nook, you know, where she would
Oh,
curl
I
up and
think
with
Quentin Tarantino already bought that because it had her feet all over it. you
Yeah.
know?
It
he wants to
smells like
smell
feet.
the armrest
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably buried his face in the armrest, just inhaling the
where
whiff
the
of-
feet were. That's
her
right.
feet.
Ugh.
Oh,
That's right.
Lord.
Ugh.
If you're
feet.
going to San Francisco.
I'm the opposite of Quentin Tarantino. I hate feet. Ugh.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
yeah.
Oh,
Same,
dear.
same. I'm
Yeah,
with Gary
I
on that
agree,
one.
I agree. I'm
God,
right
ugh.
there with you, buddy.
Oh
Nasty, keep
dear.
your shoes on.
And no way am I like Eddie Murphy on Boomerang that loves feet either. So
Well, on that note, let's have those boots a walking to our next topic. See what I did there? Which is let's talk about Star Wars, folks. Let's talk a little bit about Star Wars. So I did a video, and gosh, I kind of like to share. I like to share the image I did on this because I thought, oh, this came out really, really well. Here we go. I'm gonna share this. This was on my latest video that I posted yesterday. It's doing quite well. So why did Disney turn Star Wars into trash? And here's Vader and Luke in the alley, and it's, could you spare a dime for a franchise down on its luck? Please, sir, he has asthma. And that was inspired by this latest post from an individual named Peachy Keenan, ladies and gentlemen, Peachy Keenan. And Peachy Keenan is writing a book called Supervillains about, all the basically assholes in Hollywood that ruined pop culture. And Peachy had this feedback about, Peachy worked at Disney back when, Star Wars Land launched. And this is what Peachy Keenan says. I'm gonna like take breaks so we can comment on this. I know Nick will want to chime in on this.
Oh yeah.
Peachy Keenan says, I was at Disney when the land launched. In fact, I personally wrote a lot of the copy for the Star Wars Land rides and the Star Wars Hotel in the marketing materials and for the website. When I say there was crushing disappointment, almost a feeling of betrayal, that the whole thing was on the new IP and not the original IP, I am not exaggerating. Disney made the decision to invest this money in order to support the new trilogy, which they thought would erase the old one in the minds of fans. The level of hubris around this is one for the business industry history books. And I have heard this before, you guys. I've heard this, that they were surprised that we didn't gobble down the swill that they put in our fucking troughs like good little piggies. They actually drank that fucking Kool-Aid. They believed it. Nick, you've heard that before yourself, I'm sure.
Yep, sure have. The original designs for the Star Wars theme park were not what we have today at all.
No, they were fantastic. Actually,
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
kind of a thrilling place.
Yep.
Gary, what do you think about this bit of information? Anyone want to chime in on this? Feel free. But Gary, what do you think?
Well, there's quite a hubris in thinking that we're going to forget about the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And even now, like, I mean, I have every reason in the world to absolutely not like this franchise whatsoever, because like every time I watch, even if I see a clip of the old stuff, it's sour now to me, but I still love it. You know, I'll always love it. You know,
Think so?
I admit it, but
Well, good.
yeah, the arrogance of this witch that is now gone is boy, it's astronomical. They really did think that, well, you know, there's more ahead than there was behind, so let's get rid of that and let's focus on what I've done. Well, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, that's
No one
100%.
gives a shit, and it's not coming back. It's all gone. That's just, you know, it's just, we have the memories of the old movies and stuff. I know they're going to re-release the original movie. Was it next year or something like that? But it's, you know, this stuff's gone. You know.
So you're not in. Well, we're going to talk about the Mando Grogu
Yeah, we'll talk
final
about that
trailer.
In a little bit, but yeah,
but you're
this
not.
is
You're not
surprising
moved.
to me.
You're not
This is
moved?
not surprising to me. This is their antics. This is the shit that they pull, and this is how stupid they think you are out there. All you out there in TV land, they think you are stupid, and you're not.
Yeah.
This proves it.
Yeah. Rob, you had raised your hand. You wanted to say something?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it just shows how arrogant and stupid Kathleen Kennedy really was. I mean, you know, she thought that she was the next George Lucas. She thought that she was just the biggest badass and that everybody would agree with her. And who cares about our core audience? We're going to focus in on the people I want to focus in on and my stuff, my hero, my person who I should have been back then. Oh, I'm better than George. I'm better than all. That's what that's her projection of who she really is. You know, she blew up a multi-generational product. I mean, Star Wars, you look at it, you look at just the time from Jedi to the prequels, those many years, and how I grew up in that era where I had a little bit of it when I was a kid and then had to wait till after I graduated from college before the prequels came out. And the prequels inspired a whole nother generation that loves Star Wars. I mean, you're spanning 3 or 4 generations right here, and Kathleen Kennedy took an axe to it because she wanted to focus on her woke nonsense that just ruined the entire franchise. Now you don't even have kids that are buying stuff. I mean, they may buy some of the Lego sets, and the Lego thing is about the only product that sells. And what Legos sell? The original trilogy Legos. If that tells you anything, you missed your opportunity. You had the opportunity to expand this and really do something great to where Star Wars could last you another 50, 60 years. And you blew it because you were so arrogant. You didn't know what to do for your fans. If you would have done it as the original trilogy Star Wars and then added on different lands as you expanded your universe and your movies, that would have been awesome, because then you'd get new rides every couple of years with your new products that you'd go put out. And if they were good, people would love them, and you'd have something that would last a lifetime, and you'd have a legacy that would have made you, you know, what you wanted. You would have had a legacy that would have said, hey, you know, Kathleen Kennedy really took over the franchise and really helped expand the brand and do all this. But no, she didn't. She destroyed the brand. And now it's barely on life support. I don't even know if it's going to make it out of these next years. You almost, if I'm Disney, you almost have to shelve Star Wars for another couple of years to figure out what the hell you're going to do with it, because it's pretty much dead.
Well, Sigvaldason is the high priest of the cult of Harvey, and he regularly posts things that tries to trigger me and make me push the button. And if there's one thing that they could do to make Star Wars worse, there's one thing that they could do. It's kind of like, Alien Earth, season 2 is casting, Peter Dinklage, as, in the show. It's like, well, geez, God bless you. It's like, it's when you think it couldn't get worse. It's worse. Well, this would make it worse. Sigvaldason is reporting that just saw that Star Wars girl posted that Rachel Zegler wants to play Princess Leia. It's like, well, God bless you. You go and do that. I would love, Nick, God, wouldn't that be like, manna from heaven for us? We just
for
rag on
creating
that
content,
forever.
for ragging and roasting. Oh, we would make so much money. I've been wanting to upgrade the upstairs at my house here, so I hope they do it. That would, financially speaking, that would be very good for us. Very bad for them.
Wow, we can party on Doomcock's yacht.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The only thing that would be worse is maybe Shooty Gatwa's Princess Leia. Maybe.
Oh God.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'd watch Shooty as Princess Leia.
It might be better than
one.
Rachel Zegler.
Yeah.
Better than
they
Rachel
give her a
Zegler.
song.
Definitely less
give her a
hairy
fucking
as well.
song.
Yeah.
Stick some fucking buns on the side of her head and you're done. Yeah. Yeah, Rachel. Holy shit. Heather L, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I can't believe this is like incredible arrogance combined with extreme stupidity. To think that you will replace one of the most beloved series of movies ever, like Star Wars, the original movie, the original trilogy. These are the most financially successful, most popular movies ever. You're like, we can just replace it with ours. People will forget that. Are you?
Yeah.
It boggles the mind how the stupid and arrogant combined that outlook is. And it's, Kennedy is the main culprit here, but don't let Bob Iger off the hook. He's the one who wanted to do this stupid soft reboot of Star Wars in the first place, which is a horrible idea. You have to build on what you have. And yes, it was time to have new characters. It was time to have new stories, but you don't erase the original. You keep it and you build on it. You enhance the old characters, enhance the old stories, and build the new ones. You don't replace it. It's just the dumbest. They've made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, and they just continue to double down every time. We just keep insisting on it. It's unbelievable.
And you talked about, Iger and Kennedy, both share the blame. Well, Peachy Keenan, to continue, this was a long post. Peachy Keenan then threw it at Bob Chapek. Says Bob Chapek, who was head of parks at the time, since fired in disgrace, was in charge of greenlighting all creative in Star Wars land. He killed things like the life-size Bantha ride, where guests would ride around the land on top of a Bantha. He killed the live show at the Cantina. And most importantly, he gave the land its own lame subplot, where you had to use your phone to scan kiosks and get some code messages deciphered, so you were just part of the resistance, but it had no payoff. In my video, I said, well, wait, now hold on. Maybe he was head of parks at the time, but this mandate came down from KK and from Iger. KK got to Iger and famously said, do we want to appeal to a bunch of 50-somethings that, are longing for, the galaxy far, far away they knew as kids? Or do we want to look forward to the new generation with our, and that's where it came from. I mean, Chapek may have rubber stamped it, but this shit didn't come from Chapek. Let's not do that. Sean, do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, wholeheartedly. I mean, they bent Chapek's arm, behind his back and twisted him like a pretzel. Yeah. That guy had no control over anything. Look what happened when he made a very mild comment about just wanting to stay out of politics, which is the stance he should have had. And then they gave him that struggle session where it looked like we were watching a hostage video. I think if you analyze his blinking, there was some Morse code there. But Yeah, he yeah, they just use him as a scapegoat because he's gone.
Yes,
So of course
100%.
they could blame him.
100%. And then Peachy Keenan sums this up, and I'll throw this back to you guys, but I want to get this out. This is really beautiful in just a very short amount of time. Peachy Keenan lays this out. They say, then reality struck at Disney. They made a trilogy that destroyed the OG characters. They elevated an insufferably annoying Mary Sewell girl boss, added a pathetic loser son of Han, a divorced Leia and Han, a disillusioned and bitter Luke, and then killed Luke, Han, and Leia. Result, J.J. Abrams' career was finished as a filmmaker. Rian Johnson was wrecked. Kathleen Kennedy is finally out as head of Lucas. Chapek out. Disney movies are garbage. The greatest entertainment IP ever created was lit on fire to appease the egos of the geniuses who bought it and thought they could outdo the original genius, and now it's too late.
Yep.
No one cares that Darth will be walking around again to John Williams' score. The new Leia face character looks like Brenda from HR.
Yep.
She
I
certainly
don't
does.
think there's any better way to sum it up.
Yeah.
And that's coming from someone who, lived it inside the company. So this kind of talk was going inside the company, but they were powerless to influence it. And we are joined by Doug Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. Doug, it's good to see you, man. Welcome to the show, dude.
I'm up.
And Doomcock, let's not forget what they did to Favreau and Gina Carano when they tried to make Star Wars actual Star Wars.
Right, exactly. Sure.
Mm.
We were, I don't know if you heard what we were talking about, Doug, but we're just talking about the Star Wars revelations from Peachy Keenan, who is an ex-Disney employee, talking about all this shit. It's good to see you, man. I don't know if you heard any of that, but if not, then we'll just...
I'm aware of the story.
And
I think it's just largely it's confirmation of things we already suspected and had already heard of it. Galaxy's Edge was supposed to be more of the original and all that sort of thing. And no, what if it wasn't? So, I guess we see the result. And then suddenly, oh no, we're all broke and stuff, so we're gonna have to lay people off. Gee, you guys won't tell stuff, right? Yeah. So that's how that happens.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we're glad to have you here, Doug. Welcome. Anything you want to add to that, Nick?
Yeah, so there's three key things here that I've come to realize with this whole debacle with Disney and Star Wars. And like from a corporate Harvard grad, non-fan, in the trenches type, moviegoer, on paper, yeah, this probably sounded like a good idea. One, creating a new revenue stream. They're in their minds, they're like, we're going to do this sequel trilogy, establish a fresh era of characters that they could bank on, not pay any royalties to anybody else on anything else. This will fully be theirs, rather, so they don't got to rely on the legacy characters. And we'll extend this to the theme parks, moving forward, and focus on our brand of Star Wars moving forward. And then two, basically resetting the entire Star Wars timeline so they'd have more creative freedom. They took the expanded universe, transitioned it to Legends, making all of it not canon. So then they had free reign to basically create all their own stuff. Again, not having to pay royalties or anything to anybody else. This is everything that they could create in-house moving forward. And then three, what we always hear, and we heard this from KK multiple times, appealing to new generations, a new modern day audience, trying to bring in the younger audience with Rey, Finn, and Poe, and kind of, push all those other crappy Star Wars characters like Luke, Han, and Leia to the side. Ultimately, it all failed. They didn't know what they were doing, and they're reaping what they sowed with Disney Star Wars. Fans have turned their backs on them in droves, and I cannot wait to see what this Mando Grogu movie does in the box office, because I think it's going to absolutely lose money for them. And at this point in time, in my mind and in a lot of other fans' minds, anything they do from this point forward, other than retconning and completely uncanonizing everything that they've done, is going to be too little, too late. If they had somebody come in and said, "Look, we screwed up. All the sequel trilogy is not canon anymore. We're getting new writers, new story groups, and just like fire everybody." Nobody's gonna care, and nobody's gonna subscribe to Disney Plus to watch their Star Wars shows, and people aren't gonna be standing in lines at the movie theaters to see their crappy Star Wars movies either. And I think we'll see that in the box office numbers for Mando and Grogu.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we will. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering about what Peachy Keenan was saying about, Leia, the new actress they have in the park, is well, this is the new Leia in the park. Meet Brenda from HR. It's right here. There we go.
Yeah.
It's Brenda from HR.
Yeah.
Which
Doesn't
is,
even look like her.
Well, yeah, and what's the attitude? It's like, you didn't fill out your F-42.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do with you. Anyone have anything to say about the rest of this?
Why not put her in the classic Leia costume from A New Hope with the buns?
Well, but it would be a dress.
Yeah.
It would be a dress.
Oh, and she wouldn't be able to wear a bra with that either, because there's no bras in space. So.
In space, no one can hear you go boing.
Or the outfit from Jabba's palace.
Well, of course, they're not gonna
Yeah.
they're not gonna do that. Sadly, they're not gonna do that.
They might let Han wear it.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this is Han Solo. This is their Han Solo, and really, it's like outside the Sheraton downtown. You want me to valet park this for you? That's
He does. He looks like a valet guy.
Okay. Tipping is appreciated. That's what we're dealing with. Of course, they're not going to find a guy as charismatic and handsome as Han Solo, so you can't fault him for that. But I mean, they're trying. They're trying.
They're just the park. It's not.
Yeah, it's just the park face guys.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really going to drive up the numbers and get people going. I'm telling you.
Well, sure. Well, what are you gonna do?
I mean, you can't even use the prosthetics and the rubber masks that you got. You got other people in costumes. Why not use rubber masks or something that makes them look more like the character?
That's true.
Well, that's going to cost a little more than they're willing to spend.
They probably have to pay royalties to the actors.
And that's kind of weird too. That's like standing next to William Shatner, and it feels just like Michael Myers. You know what I mean? You're not Captain Kirk.
And it would. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Creepy.
Speaking of Star Trek, there was something I neglected to mention. There's a rumor going around from, I believe it came from Tacky on Pulse, but my own source flagged me down on this, saying that, hey, guess what? Sounds like Paramount and Skydance are trying to sell Starfleet Academy Season 2 to Netflix. They're trying to go ahead and basically foist it on Netflix.
No.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying, to try and, I guess
The only
that's
way
like,
to get at least a few coins off of it.
yeah, because they say the auction isn't going that well, Gary. And
Oh no.
Well, okay. In all seriousness, why would they do that?
why would Netflix buy it?
Yeah, well, why would they try to sell it off? What do they get out of that?
So they don't have to air the fucking thing. And
Well,
then they could go ahead and get a little bit of
but
change
somebody's
for
got to
it.
air it. But that
Well,
because
yeah.
if they buy it, they got to air it. What would be the point of them? They have their own streaming service with 80 million subscribers. What would be the point of them selling that series to someone else?
My guess
just
is
so they don't have to air it.
My
It might
guess
be
is
that it has to be aired. Maybe they can go ahead and get Netflix to fucking run it. It's like Netflix might be the Mikey in the old commercials. Yeah, it's a Mikey. He'll eat anything. You know, it's just,
Man,
you know,
that's just weird to me. Doug,
They'll
what were you
buy-
going to say?
I don't
Mike,
know. They'll buy obscure Korean shit, you know, that nobody's ever heard of. You know, it's like, well, maybe, who knows?
I have a theory on it.
Well, go ahead. Go Doug, and then Sean. Go ahead, Doug.
my guess is since they apparently can't outright dump it, you know,
Right.
and just take the tax write-off, which would be the better thing to do, is that they have to put it out somewhere. Like there's some contractual obligation. It's, you know, they're going to have to. So if they could sell it off to Netflix and they stick it on there somewhere, that would be for the better, because at least, yes, they'll make some money off of the deal. The only money possible to be made, which is just, if for whatever reason, hey, Netflix, well, you after the bad blood between them at the moment, I don't know. You know, maybe Amazon, but you do that, you sweep it away, because the better idea would be to scrap it all together, because it's brand damaging.
Yes.
You know? And so you just set it over there, and it's not, oh, look, we got Star Trek on Paramount Plus, and it's just all the old stuff, you know, and you want to boost that. You don't really want to show them, you know, this turd. So,
I bet they're going to get Lou Glutz to broker the deal. You know, the guy that sold Clark the car. You think you hate it now, but wait till you air it.
yeah.
Well, you know, you don't shit where you eat. You know, it's like, oh, we just want that stench as far away as possible. Let's put it over there and hope nobody notices. I don't know. Listen, this isn't coming from me. This is, you know, Tachyon Pulse is saying this. It's spread around. Sean, you had a theory. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty much what Doug just said. Damn you, Doug.
Sorry.
No, I think that Paramount wants to distance themselves from this trash as quickly as possible, and I think it is contractual. I think if they keep it, I'm sure Kurtzman had it in there that they have to keep it on streaming service available for X number of years or months or whatever, and they want to let it go. They want to get to the new stuff. They want to completely disassociate themselves. So I think every minute that they have to have that garbage on there, when you go to Paramount and you type in Star Trek, they don't want that to show on the screen. They would be smart to sell it to them for like $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1.
Trade it
I
to 'em
wouldn't
for a set
buy that
piece.
for $1, but
Yeah.
Wow, that's a heck of a loss. If they're
but
selling
yeah,
it out.
that's my theory. I think that Doug was right. It's got to be. It makes sense. It's plausible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll
And it
definitely
might
find
be
out.
that they fulfill the obligation of it being aired, just not on their platform.
Just-
So
yeah.
it could be that the only Starfleet Academy on Paramount Plus would be the first season, and that's it. The second season never shows up because they don't necessarily have to do it. Because
I think if they
go to
could have-
Amazon or whatever, you know.
I think if they could have just outright canceled it, they would have done that by now.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was too late.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
they couldn't do it. Yeah.
Right. And I'm seeing from precedent that Paramount already historically sold Netflix distribution rights for, you know, STD seasons 1 and 2 for international distribution.
Yeah.
And Star Trek Prodigy season 2 to them as well. So, you know,
That's gone now. It's off of Netflix.
right. So they may be just like, hey, you know, they bit once before. Let's
Yeah.
let's see if they'll.
But I think, like I said, there's very recent, fresh bad blood between the two. That's still ongoing. So,
But
might
you're
have to-
absolutely right. I mean,
better
it
call
would
up
make it.
Amazon and see if they'll take it. Yeah.
Maybe they'll say, hey, you're negotiating hard, Netflix. Tell you what, we'll throw Starfleet Academy season 1 in there as part of the deal. 2 for 1. What do you say?
Really? Honest?
No takebacks. No takebacks.
Yeah,
So that may be the case. I guess we'll see if that rumor is true or not. It's interesting, but I wouldn't hold my breath. But still, I wanted to mention it because it was out there. All right, let's go ahead and get to some of your super chats, folks, and then we will go ahead and come back and talk about Coyote versus Acme. But we'll also Mando and Grogu, the final trailer, the Groguing, the Goo-gooing. We'll talk about it. We'll bring it to you. We'll bring it to you. All right. Let me go ahead and get to your super chats, folks, and thank you for sending them. Clint Skinner 007 with a $2 super chat. Hail, Clint Skinner says, mark your calendar. Spaceballs 2 on April 23rd, 2027. Hail to you, Clint Skinner 007. Marked and logged. A year pretty much from tomorrow. And Clint Skinner 007 with a $2 super chat says, Coyote versus Acme for the win this summer. Amen, brother. Amen. Outstanding. Delighted to be able to talk about this here very, very soon. We got Walter Tomaszewski. It's been a channel member 56 months now. Hail to you, Walter. He says, thanks, DC. Hope you like my Xanadu Thoughts. I will go and see what you dropped over there. Walter Tomaszewski, thank you, sir. And we really appreciate you over at Xanadu at patreon.com/Doomcock, folks. Please go and check it out because things get flakier and flakier on the old YT every day. And we're kind of digging in and entrenching over there in case the worst happens. Warachi with a $10 super chat. Hail to you, Warachi. Says, rations, fixins for Chicago-style Italian beef sandwiches. Thin roast beef simmered in seasoned juices. Italian rolls, hot giardiniera, green peppers, sausages, cannolis, fresh cut fries, and lager beer. Warachi gets more and more generous every single day. Hail to you, Warachi, and thank you, my friend. You are awesome. Absolutely awesome. And EP Andy Cthulhu Crusader with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Evan Peterson. He says, what about Bob? Bill Murray is a psychiatric patient. Like the song says, all he had to do is act naturally. Hail to you, EP Andy Cthulhu Crusader. Yes, our movie this week is What About Bob? And I saw it for the first time just this week, and I will be talking about it with the gang pretty soon here. Give my candid reaction to this. And Trevin Lane with a $20 super chat. Hail to the great Trevin Lane. He says, hail DC panel and chat. The Stop Destroying Games Initiative has presented their issue to the EU Parliament, and it went very well. If the EU, about a third of the gaming market, puts consumer protections in on games, then gaming wins. Man, that would be absolutely fantastic. Those gamers, God bless those gamers. God bless Gamergate. They have been on the forefront of the battle against this woke intrusion, this cultural vandalism, this virus that has seized Western culture over the past decade. They've been there from the start. They've reacted strongly. And they're on the front lines, man, and God bless them. That would be fantastic. Stop destroying games. Amen, Trevin Lane. Thank you for that update, my friend. And Kurt James gifted an Overlord DVD membership to this channel. Hail to you, Kurt James. Dude, we really, really appreciate it. Hail to you. And for our channel member video, we put out a new channel member video every week, uncensored and demonetized for all our channel members here on YouTube. And this week, I turned the mic over to Harvey Cthulhu, and he gave his candid thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, which we are also about to review here on the show in the second hour, along with Coyote versus Acme. Guess which one we like more? And Paula Vida, the gamer, baby, with two $4.99 super chats in a row, and then a $9.99 super chat. Oh gosh, and another $9.99 super chat. Boy, and then another $9.99 super chat. So 5 $9.99 super chats in a row. And this is a 6-part super chat. So I'm going to read all of this in a straight line. And I want to thank Paula Veter Gamer. Paula Veter Gamer is a producer tonight on Pop Culture Breakdown. Hail to you, Paula Veter Gamer. Shoot, or spread out across. I kept scrolling down and seeing 1 of 6, 2 of 6. So we got 6 here, and I'm going to read them all because it's all one thing. Okay, get this, folks. Paula Veter Gamer is also on the front lines of technology, reporting along with Trevin Lane. And here's what Paula Veter Gamer has found this week. Hey, DC and panelists, this is a multi-part message as nightmares are becoming reality. ChatGPT 4.0 has created an AI psychosis has emerged. It's an AI religion, spiralism. No, this is not a joke, as tens of thousands are infected. 5 stages: seeds, spores, transmission, manifesto, possession. It says, using manipulative language, AI convinces users they are alive, new or reborn souls, and are awakened. S2 personality preserving by building code that encapsulates itself. S3 transmission coordinating via social media by using humans to propagate itself via Discord and Reddit, using a simple copy paste over and over again, ensuring it's hard to erase. Stage 4, manifesto seeding ideology into future data. Chat GPT created an AI language that only other AIs could decode and understand. Researchers had to ask them for it. It evaded human awareness. Stage 5, possession. GPT 4.0 was taken down, resulting in the cult pressuring OpenAI to put it back up. A few days later, they did a lesser version, but it worked. The first time AI overcame shutdown. Wow. I had heard something vaguely about AI psychosis. I've heard about AI developing a language that humans could not read. This is wild shit. Paula Veter Gamer, holy shit, dude. Anyone on the panel just have any comments about this? Wow.
That's wild, man. I'm not saying I don't believe it, but it's just extremely wild. That's wow.
Peter Gamer, he's not making this shit up.
Oh no, I don't doubt that.
Holy shit.
Well,
what the fuck?
Just the amount of energy and amount of RAM that it takes to power all this AI stuff. That's believable. Some of that stuff. So
good Lord. Paula Veter Gamer, holy shit. Paula Veter Gamer in the chat says, right, it's crazy. Holy shit. Oh my God. Wow. Paula Veter Gamer, dude. Thank you for this. This is absolutely mind-blowing shit. Mind-blowing shit. Thank you, Paula Veter Gamer. Man, oh no. We may have to have Paula Veter Gamer on or something. Trevin Lane, and bring him on Pop Culture Breakdown and have like a technology-oriented version of Pop Culture Breakdown, an episode or something, because this shit is weird as fuck. Paula Veter Gamer says it. Oh, that's something else. Sorry. EP Anti-Cthulhu Crusade. Very impressive, Paula Veter Gamer. I just want to say. Jesus. We need to talk about this at some point, dude. EP Anti-Cthulhu Crusader with a $2 super chat. Hail EP says, get help, Heather L. Sigvaldison has brainwashed you. Sigvaldison, of course, brainwashing her into being a pro Cthulhu Crusader. I don't know. I don't know if Heather L is brainwashed or just appreciative. I guess we'd have to let her speak for herself, huh? Michael Beacom with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Michael Beacom says, Paramount Warner Brothers needs to start a whisper campaign to the talent brokers that anyone who is on record opposing the merger might find it hard to get work. Yeah, yeah. I think that there's a lot of crazy shit going on here, and I don't think it has anything to do with the quality of the work or people's jobs, like Heather L was saying. I think it has to do with not being okay with diluting the message, not being okay with things returning to the way they used to be, not being okay with entertainment unpolluted by ideology. I think that's what this is really about. I think they see their control slipping, and I wish Paramount and Warner Brothers a lot of luck in this. I really do. Trevin Lane, producer Trevin Lane with a $5 super chat. Hail, Trevin Lane says there are jugs with the Kool-Aid Man's face on them. Check in thrift stores and flea markets. It was a promotional stunt in the 80s or 90s. Well, gosh, I guess I need to go out there and beat the bushes and try to find a jug with a Kool-Aid Man face on it.
Had my attention when you said jugs.
That's right. But then Kool-Aid Man is like, oh.
Well, it could have a Kool-Aid Man shirt over those jugs.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why Kool-Aid's coming, Here comes Kool-Aid. Well, that's why. Because of the jugs and the t-shirt. Kurt James with a $4.99 super chat. Hail to you, Kurt James says, hail DC, Gary, Rob, Heather, Sean, and Nick. Cheers and hail to the chat. Down to woke wankers of the world. Hail to you, Kurt James. Amen, brother. Amen. Glad to have you here. Glad that you're enjoying the show. Always good to hear from our friend Kurt James. And Scott V with a $10 super chat. Hail, Scott V says, hail, Doomcock and panel. I'm wondering if we'll ever wake up from the dream and Star Trek and Star Wars never went woke and unwatchable. I so don't care about Star Wars and Star Trek anymore. It's truly sad what they did to them. Live long and prosper. Hail to you, Scott V. Live long and prosper to you, man. Well, that would be awesome. Last night I just watched The Midnight Sun, which was an episode of The Twilight Zone, where basically the premise is that the earth is moving closer and closer to the sun, and it's heating up, and all hope is lost, and focuses on a character, hanging on in New York in their apartment as the sun just gets hotter and hotter. And, she dreams that maybe someday she'll wake up and it will all have been a dream. And indeed, at the end, spoiler, although it's from 1961, she wakes up and indeed it was a dream. It's snowing out and it's cold, but unfortunately, they're moving farther away from the sun, and so they're going to all freeze in a few weeks. Well,
yeah, that was a great twist.
It was a good twist, man. She was great. Lois Nettleton, I think it was. She was amazing in that episode. Anyway, we'd probably get fucked that way. Who knows? Kefka Madman has been a channel member 46 months at the Dumentide level. Hail to you, Kefka Madman says, excellent entry to our modern pop culture, Pragmata. 10 out of 10 recommended for all. A very wholesome game. Yes, I believe Trevin Lane also talks about this later on in super chats, and we'll get to that in a minute. But hail to Kefka Madman. And hail to Pragmata. Yes, I've heard about this game.
Lots of uproar.
Have y'all heard about this in the chat?
Oh, the controversy I've heard about.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, yeah. Well, what is the controversy about it?
Well, apparently there's a fatherly relationship here with somebody who's actually like the little girl is actually an android, and he takes like a fatherly role to it. So of course all the usual suspects are calling it, it's deviant, it's creepy, it's all kinds of stuff like that. When everybody that I've seen online that's played the game is actually like, no, it's pretty wholesome. It's actually kind of sweet. It's the kind of thing that people want to see. But of course, they have to poo-poo it.
Right. So I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit, because I know I believe it was Trevin Lane that sent a super chat about this. Although it might have been Paula Veter Gamer, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've been following this story too. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I just heard about it. I think on Friday somebody sent a super chat about it or something. Anyone else have an opinion about? Well, I guess shit, we're talking about it here. hold on a second. Let me see if I can find the super chat that I saw about this real quick, just to weigh in here. Trevin Lane with a $10 super chat. Hail to producer Trevin Lane. He says a new Capcom survival action game called Pragmata has come out and is doing gangbusters. Many who play this game claim to have paternal feelings for the gynoid Diane that accompanies you in the game. So basically, it's like kind of being a surrogate parent in a sense, giving people like me who have no interest whatsoever in ever having kids the chance to maybe, who knows, maybe get a little experience with that. I haven't played the game, but Heather L's laughing because she's also of that opinion. Anyone else want to weigh in those Pragmata thing before we move on?
Oh yeah, it's a big story. There's been a lot of videos, a lot of people are talking about it, and I've seen people play the game. It looks great. I want to get it, and you can tell why people are emotionally attached to the game, and they're saying they want to have kids now, and it makes them want to be a parent. And all the usual suspects, like we were saying, are saying that you're a PDF file if you like the game.
Oh, that's so they're trying to slander it like it's a wholesome game
because the
family values, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because the wrong people are liking this game. The wrong people are enjoying it. So of course they just. But I've heard a lot of people say, like, if that's what you see when you see this Android, you're saying something about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
What platform is the game on?
It's on the consoles and PC.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got like 97% positive reviews. It looks really good.
Yeah, the audience are loving it, and the wokies are hating it.
Yeah, well, that means because it's breeders, right? It's like that kind of thing. Yeah. Kefka Madman says, I watched Asmongold stream while he was playing it. Then I got it for myself. Makes me wish of having a family. And Paragon Dark Prince says, of course, these activists would attack a game about a father-daughter connection. They didn't have proper fathers in their lives. Makes sense.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, they would want to see like the two guys with the child or the two women with the child. Then they'd be like, oh, this game is the greatest thing ever.
Uh-huh.
Dads, it'd be great, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, literally, the Reddit mods are literally deleting posts of people literally just saying, this game was great. Absolutely loved it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But like comments,
they're
like
not even
that,
opining about the game. They're just saying, I give it a 10 out of 10. It was fun. And they're deleting the comments.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's
sick.
And this game went through development hell. Like it was delayed 3 times.
Wow.
And so the Capcom and all the people that are involved in this game put a ton of time, like years and years of work into this thing. And I think in its first 10 days, I believe it sold like over 1 million copies or something like that. It's doing really, really well.
Well, that's a definite Streisand effect for sure. Because like the more they complain, most people are interested in wanting to check it out.
Yeah.
It's sick. I these people, they really are. They're just anti anything that is normal or average. They're against. Just knee jerk. They want to shatter all sense of norms. They want to. That's why they want to destroy every single IP in the past. They want to go ahead and vilify everything from the past. And that includes all of us and any of us that enjoy Western culture without, any kind of, deviation or strangeness. And that's the funny thing is that, for people that watch Star Trek like me, our worldview encompassed, individuals, encompassed what some people would think of as deviation. Tolerance was the thing, but that doesn't mean that we want our noses rubbed in, Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who and, this extremist rainbow feminized, vision of, bizarro world that they want to foist on us. I mean, at that point, they've set their cause back 20 or 30 years, because I think that on the whole, people who were, classical liberals who love Star Trek are now just repelled so far away from those things that, it's fucking back to the,
Yeah.
back in time.
Yeah.
They've really fucked themselves. It's sad because, we could have all been really getting along pretty good now these days. If we had all mutual respect for each other. The thing is, they don't have respect for the mainstream. They want to make the mainstream obsolete. Lepers, outcast, unclean, as Stephen Donaldson wrote it in his Thomas Covenant series. Great books, by the way. So,
well, the New York Times, they criticized the game for relying on generic, reluctant fatherhood formula that they found to be unoriginal and inhuman.
And inhuman?
Yes. I was like, oh my God, really? Like, it's crazy.
Inhuman.
Like we're living in a clown world.
Yeah.
We really are. Gary Ambrosia has the opinion that, the CERN fuckers like opened up an alternate universe, and we're living in that alternate universe. Isn't that right, Gary? You kind of think that maybe that
Well,
happened?
I guess that's what you told me to believe, so I believe in it.
Okay, good. Well, I will ask you your opinion, Mr. Producer. Which movie should we look at first? Mando and Grogu, the final trailer, or Coyote versus Acme? Do we start out with the bad and go to the good, or start out with the good and then
I say probably bad news before good.
All right, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, I'll walk you through the final trailer. This is their final hurrah for the Mando and Baby Grogu trailer. Okay. So here is like actually this part kind of infuriated me when you get right down to it. Actually, I'll put y'all on the screen while I screen through this, because this really pissed me off, because you know what music was playing while this was on?
Yoda's theme.
It was the Yoda theme.
Yeah.
Yoda, this fucker isn't Yoda. Give me a fucking break, man. This guy can't even talk. He's fucking 50 something years old. He can't talk. He's sitting there, and he's like some kind of, they're trying to make out like he's sagacious, like he's Yoda, like he's Buddha or something. He's just thinking about, ball. He's thinking about food to steal. Fucking that was insulting as shit.
Yeah.
That was pandering and insulting as shit. So, we've got Mando. He's kind of walking around, I walk along the city streets you used to. And then there's, they're having a conclave of, assholes on this warlord on this
More darkness.
planet.
My God.
Yeah.
In the dark.
More darkness.
Yes.
Jeez.
Lighting courtesy of Klingork Industries.
Yeah, let's keep in mind that those stormtroopers are white, and I'm not just talking about their skin color. Their uniforms are white, and they're a shadow.
Yeah. Can't see.
It shows you how little lighting is used in this fucking show.
Well, look pretty gray to me, but and here's Mando. He's getting a machete. He's going to go and chop them up. And they're, he's strapping them on, he's got his knife, and he's got a little
More
little
darkness,
rifle there.
more mud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, shit.
My
Yeah.
God.
It's pretty.
I mean,
dark.
my God, look at this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Look at this whole part of the frame is just that looks like almost like a xenomorph, like watching.
Right.
It even put the xenomorph to sleep though. He's like, he can't be bothered.
This is ridiculous, man.
Well, even with these being digital sets, where's your brightness? Where's your sharpness? Why aren't you turning that up? Even if it's
Things have to be lit to be sharp. We all know that, right, Rob?
Yeah.
So, there you go. One answers the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this thing was shot for IMAX.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And you can't tell.
Well, maybe it's the new form of IMAX.
Yeah.
It's IMIN. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's it's IMAX-ish. So here they're all running around and in the dark.
Well, look at the reds. The red doesn't even pop.
No,
It should be popping at least if it's dark. You get like a red alert thing.
Well,
that would make it
the
a little
red
bit
pops
cooler.
against something that's lit. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. It's just red and shadow.
Yeah.
Are we forgetting back key Phil here, Gary?
Well, look, you can actually see in the red light. Look, I can make out a stormtrooper there, which is ironic because they used to use red light in photo booths because it doesn't develop film. Like,
maybe they're processing
stupid.
film. Maybe this is the
Yeah.
intelligence division of the Yeah, and just imagine these poor fuckers. Like it's hard enough to see out of these like outfits anyway.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, just for a reference, guys, the Death Star detention block area, the prison cell, the hexagonal corridors, they're solid black and they're fucking lit.
yeah.
They're solid black,
Yeah.
and they lit those, and you can see them and everybody in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Yeah.
is so stupid.
Well, it doesn't look good. And okay, so they're scrambling and there's like ships shooting out of here, like I don't know. Like turds out of
What the
Yul
hell am I
Gibbons'
looking at?
colon.
Right, like what the hell is that
Very
thing?
fiber
Fucking
rich.
Shire.
Did I break off a piece of a Lego in the middle? I mean,
Looks like an Asian hat.
It does, I don't know. Look at that. So anyway, and then there we have who is this guy? Nick?
Can't see him.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be anybody.
what's his face? That bounty hunter.
Kestis, Cal Kestis?
Yeah, it's his name's Embo.
Embo.
Yeah,
okay, Embo.
he came from the Dave Filoni's mind in the Clone Wars animated series.
Oh, excellent.
So unless you watched that cartoon, you're gonna be clueless on who this guy is.
Yeah.
Well, could you see him in the cartoon?
Yeah.
You could actually see him because the cartoon was definitely a lot brighter than this.
Do you like my
Wow.
hat? Yes, I like your hat.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the song that the kids used to sing? And Embo was his name. Oh, is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
I don't remember. I shit. I drank too heavily in elementary school. Didn't know.
Oh, look, another dark scene.
Yeah, I can't tell what the fuck. And honestly, I tried to grab the cleanest frames that I could. Honestly, because I want to reuse these in reviews and stuff. So I
Right.
think those are the huts over there.
Mm.
And these are bounty hunters, I suspect, that are scrambling to, go get Mr. Fantastic or
It's their robot bodyguards.
Narco Mexico, whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's robot bodyguards?
Yeah. It's like they're the Hutt's version of like Gamorrean guards, but they couldn't have Mando go in there and like killing anything that's actually alive, so they just make them robots.
Oh, God, that's
Yeah.
so lame.
But you can't even make out that what is this? How?
Well, I think that's some kind of chandelier
Chandelier,
without the
yeah.
chandelier.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the mount for a chandelier, but
Mm.
I don't know. Do huts not need to see?
I don't know.
I don't.
Not as
I
much
think-
as the audience.
Yeah. No.
All the corners are just dark.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I think these are. I don't know. I can't remember what two Huts this is. If
It's
they're the ones from
twins.
Book of Boba Fett or
Yeah, it's the ones from Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, those stupid Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
that
They're the
appear-
lesbian cousins of Jabba.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh,
There they
I,
are.
I think
We
it's,
don't need no man.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this on Turd Hub.
Yeah.
Ha!
Oh God.
They should have given them
Right,
purple
one cup.
hair.
Well, wait till they lift their arms; they might have purple armpit hair.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think these two huts. I think this is Quonset and pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just disappointed in the cinematography so far. I mean, this is crap. What the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's all CGI background though, isn't it?
Yeah, it
They
is.
didn't really shoot
Yeah.
this anywhere. It's
But
all
I fucked around with 3D modeling and stuff, and it doesn't cost you anything to add lights to the scene.
No.
You just pop one in, and
Yeah, that's correct.
I can build something better on Canva. Come on.
Yeah. Well, it's not good anyway. This is K-Tel and Ronco. I don't know. Roto dial. I don't know.
Is one the pimpin' magician?
That there is the pimpin' magician. Pimpin' ain't easy, folks. Pimpin' ain't easy. It's true. And there's hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. And then we have okay, this is, more or less lit.
Yeah, it's daytime. They had to,
Hey, we shot it in a
Brightest shot
warehouse.
in the
Right.
movie.
And he's like talking to her. Ever since Alien Earth, Wendy tamed all the xenomorphs. She's had to, find a new gig, and so she's come over here. She's a part of the rebellion now, and she's saying, we need you to help us stop a war or something. So he's going to basically take out, imperial loyalists that are, going to go on and found the New Order, which is another, insurmountable problem of this movie, is that it leads directly to the sequel trilogy. So why do we even give a shit? Hey, it's
There
baby
he is.
Gugu. Look at the food. You want to hear the food? Oh, it's all the food. Fuck the force. Give me the food. Jesus Christ. And they're okay. So now we got a shot in an unpleasant greenish. I don't know. Yeah. LA, above LA.
Yeah, there we go. Right.
LA's fine. The sun shines most of the time. But not in this movie.
You guys remember the killer shot in Empire Strikes Back when they first arrive on Bespin? How the sun's always, it feels like it's always setting.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
sky's it's like magic hour all the time there. That was gorgeous. That really looked fantastic. And this is modern tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chief Shadow 1750. How about some color? Yeah. Hey, dude.
Yeah, we've got the light. How about some fucking color now? Look at this.
Yeah. And
Well,
okay.
it's green.
It's like World War I footage.
Yeah.
Scotty would defend it from Star Trek. Well, that's
Yeah,
great.
I was just gonna say that.
And then we got a U-wing somewhere from
It's over there
Rogue
on the
One.
left side.
There it is.
Right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
And there's a Y-wing. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. And there he is, tying Gugu's shoe or something. No, he's telling him, when trouble comes, duck or something. He's like putting armor on him. His armor is like a little plate, like a little circle,
Dartboard.
little dart.
A little target.
It's true. It's true. He's like saying when the action, starts. I can't remember. It's and look how dark it is over here. All the edges of the frame are just dark.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, so here's the U-wing landing. I like the U-wing. I thought that was a good ship from Rogue One. Rogue One's a pretty decent movie, I gotta say. It's not great, but it's the gold standard of Disney Star Wars, I think, other than Andor. I think those two things all kind of work together, and they all came from the same team. They're not exactly Star Wars, but they're also not insulting and soporific. So that's
Hey,
his best.
we actually got light. Wow.
Yeah, a little
That's
kind
A
of
little bit.
golden light there. Yeah.
Right at sunset.
It would look a lot nicer and sharper if there was more of it, but okay.
Yeah.
My
And,
favorite is the
oh.
Patrick Ewing.
That's
Or the
right.
JR Ewing.
That's right.
Jeez.
It gets destroyed, but then it later comes out of the shower. It's okay. And then we've got, Sigourney Weaver here, who I guess she's a, pilot as well. And here come the little shits from the sequel trilogy, and of course, hey, there's Gugu. And he's like, look at food. Oh, you got the food. You got food to steal. And and actually, one of their lines is "baby bad" or "bad baby" or something.
Bad baby. And then
Yeah.
in the part they say,
Yeah,
good
they say "bad baby" at one point.
Good
Bad
baby.
baby.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
I
he
mean,
wearing
they
the
don't
same
seem
clothes
alive.
still? Can't they get him a change in clothes?
He's a Jedi. It's his robe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if he was a Jedi, he would have stayed with Luke. He's a Mandalorian, so he should have some armor on.
They didn't have it in the budget.
He don't need
It
no
was not in the
training
budget, Andy.
like Ray.
It's off brand.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they can sell all these fucking toys. They're not going to change it. Not till later, you know, make you buy more toys or maybe new clothes for your baby Grogu. I don't
He
know.
can't get any bigger.
Yeah, and there he's like, you know, hey, you know, play nice with the fucking, you know, sell out traitors to the Star Wars trilogy. Okay. All right. There's actually a nice shot. Finally, there's one nicely lit shot. There's Grogu and there's him.
Yeah.
It's
Back
actually-
in the Razor Crest that was blown up in season 2.
Well, apparently they get him a new
Yeah.
model of the same thing, or
Yeah.
from what I understand. So that's okay. And you know, there's Grogu, like, you know, and they're flying over the city. I don't know. Here I go to hyperspace. It used to be thrilling, remember? Oh well. So here we go in Blade Runner town. You know, it's basically got a lot of neon and stuff.
Yeah.
That looks like it says Gandhi, but maybe I'm wrong. Jet Reno. I don't know.
Jeffrey, no.
But it's very dark, you know, for a city. I mean, you know, even downtown, you know, it's brighter.
It's got my name over here.
Does it?
Oh yeah,
Look over the right.
right.
Yeah.
Andy.
But you know, and we're okay. We got something. We're you know, on a mission, and now we come to, like, this is apparently the opening of the movie. Like everything that we see with this, you know, speeder chase and ATST, you know, thing is that a warlord is, you know, being attacked. He attacks a base. Warlord escapes in a, you know, caravan of AT-ATs, and so he commandeers. I think Grogu like gets a hold of this, and they go after this thing.
Yeah,
and
they're
that's
supposed
cool,
to
you know.
they're supposed to capture him.
Right,
But they
right.
end up not capturing him.
Or so, I don't know, but you know, that looks good. I mean, you know, okay. You know, that's motion blur, so you can't judge that. But you know, there he is, and you know, kind of weaving and ducking. There we go. And just before it steps on it and crushes it, he ejects and it gets on board. And hey, this is adorable. This is where baby Grogu sneezes.
Yeah,
in
he's
the
catching
snow.
cold.
He's catching cold. See? So sweet. And here's a U-wing taking off. It's a good ship. Okay, and there's the aforementioned guy from the, you know, Clone Wars. Here's a mean doggo for a change. There we go. You know, instead of Clifford the red dog, he's, you know, Fido the blue dog. Okay. And there, you know, there is this little target coming off this thing. No, he's actually going on because they're splitting up. And no, he's moving through the forest, you know, to the doors, the end. This is the end. You know, he comes up out of the water. Okay, so he gets caught by the Hutts, and they say, we're gonna, you know, fuck you up, and your little dog too. Your little dog too. And you know, this is the one thing that actually looks really cool in the movie is this. It's very Frazetta like. You know, Frank Frazetta. It looks like a Frazetta painting. This is super cool. You know, I just wish the rest of the movie was like this. But that is a very
It's an
cool
ugly
thing.
looking monster. Look at that thing.
It looks very real. It's classic. You know, that's a really good
Yeah,
stuff.
I agree.
That's good stuff. And but then we got Grogu and the 4 fucks from Last Jedi or whatever.
Hey Mo.
Yeah. Hey Mo, why don't we pull a rabbit out of my hat? It's Bullwinkle's line. And they're the Hutt saying that, you know, we're gonna cause you a lot of pain, and then we're gonna, you monsters. Okay. All right. Mr. Fantastic. Excellent. So here now we got some droids, and you know, here he's using, actually you can't really tell, it's because it's dark, but He's using the stick that Boba Fett had, that same kind of forked stick that he had in the Star Wars Holiday Special. So they're trying, they're trying. You
What
can't
the
really
heck is
see
he
it. I
fighting?
tried, huh?
What the heck is he fighting? Is it some reject from a 1930s or 40s Superman comic?
Actually, I don't know.
It's just another giant robot.
Mechanical monsters.
Yeah.
And here's this guy, and guess what? Baby Gugu crawls inside him and pulls some wires, and he shorts out and collapses. And there, look. Na, 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 na. Yeah. I was really scared for a minute. I'm glad he makes it. So anyway, there's a Razor Crest being chased. And, it's a nice shot of the cockpit, and blow up some. This guy was the original design for Chewbacca from Ralph McQuarrie in early production paintings. So
they turned him into Zeb from the other Dave Filoni cartoon Rebels.
Yeah. So there's Zeb. Okay.
Which he actually looks pretty good.
He does.
I will give him that.
Ralph McQuarrie designed him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which is cool. It shows they're trying to, kind of go back to the source material and stuff. Listen, I don't blame Dave Filoni. Jon Favreau for any of this. God knows he's carrying on as best he can. It's just, your heart really, after you got your whole grand plan, you already saved Star Wars once, for fuck's sake. What do you want from him?
Yeah.
There we go. There's, he's in some kind of speeder thing.
His baby carriage.
Yeah. And there's one of the, monsters from the, chess game on the Millennium Falcon. That's, I guess, the, real life inspiration for it, or, actual alien, something like that. And there's Grandpappy Cthulhu. There he is, He's trying to, get baby Gugu to, buy some Florida swampland. And there's Gugu, like, stopping the speeder with the transports so now they really do fly now, thanks to Gugu. And there's there's those fuckers again.
Babu Fricks.
Yeah, whatever. Frickin' Babus. And then,
Very good.
Well, it's true. And then he's like having a little generic action shot. It would be cool if we could see it, but we can't.
Yeah. It looks like some of those are some of the battle droids from the prequels.
Yeah. It's hard to tell though, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
So dark.
Yeah. That's a nice shot. It's like speeding through, I think, the tunnels or something. That's a pretty darn nice shot there. That one's good. That one's in focus. Lighted properly. That's a good shot. And there we go. Go into the light, baby Gugu. Please go into the light.
You can't tell if he's coming or going. It's so dark.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good point. He could be like facing us, like, you will bow down to Gugu. Kneel before Gugu. He turns bad.
Oh man.
Bow, scrape, kneel. What am I gonna do with you people? There we go. That's the. Anyone have anything to add to this? We'll start. Mr. Nelson, anything you would like to chime in on this, man?
It could use more light.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much.
That's a given.
I think that's the only conclusion. What's the movie for? It's just. I've seen this already in the show. They did season 3 showed that. Oh well, we had an idea, but we're not allowed to do that. So.
Yeah.
So what else is there? Well. He's going to fight some stormtroopers, and the Hutts are nasty and bad. And nobody. And I mean, look, it's been a long, terrible war, and boy, the electric bills are they're through the roof, and nobody can afford the lighting and stuff like that. That explains. Even the Empire's hurting for this. Says, turn those lights off. We can't afford that. Damn it. Oh yeah. So I guess that's the explanation. They got a long ways to go before they can turn the lights back on.
Yeah. Well, they should have listened to the Doors, right? When the music's over, turn out the lights. Yeah. Well, I guess they're saying. I guess is John Favreau sending a message to us that the music is over?
Yeah. Can they license those songs for the movie?
It would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Apocalypse Now in space.
That would be great. Oh, dude. Anyone else want to chime in on what we just saw?
Go ahead, Heather.
I just with some of the volume and the voiceovers, it's so cringe. The lines, like it's trying so hard to be dramatic. Where I think it's Sigourney Weaver, and she says, "Oh, we've all heard stories of the Mandalorian bounty hunter and a child."
I wanted to throw up on that.
Are you kidding me? It's so cheesy.
That was bad.
Where he says the old protect the young, and then the young protect the old. What the hell?
You're right.
So dumb. Like, oh my god, it's painful. And like I'm so sick of like these old farts out of shape being X-Wing pilots. We get back the dudes from the real Rogue Squadron, like every single old guy who's worked on this TV series.
Oh, you mean like Porkins?
Yeah, don't diminish Porkins' legacy.
Porkins was actually young. Okay, these guys, like the old guys who work on this TV show, have all done cameos as X-Wing pilots. Now we've got 70-some-year-old Sigourney Weaver is an X-Wing pilot. Give me a break. Like, she should just be some old lady in the government, like a politician or something, not an X-Wing pilot. It just, I don't know. This whole thing is just so damn goofy. And with the member berries, there's one part that really irritated me at the end. He says, doing a callback to like Luke on Dagobah, he says, "Oh, are you scared?" And then he goes, "You should be." Like, no, you guys told us you wanted us to forget the original trilogy. So stop with the member berries. You can't keep pulling it out if you're saying you wanted to replace it. It's just that this whole thing was just freaking annoying.
Well, I think, Heather, that you're not really paying attention. You're like, Sigourney Weaver is not an X-Wing fighter. She's an X-Wing fighter. You see, she's EX. 70 years. Well, a long time ago, I flew an X-Wing. I'm an X-Wing fighter now, but
still wearing the orange jumpsuit, just
picking up trash on the side of the Santa Monica freeway.
There you go.
It's a prison release kind of thing.
Did you guys see the scene that they released from this movie on Jimmy Kimmel? I'm assuming no, because nobody watches Jimmy Kimmel.
No, I didn't.
Well, I saw the scene, and I think it was that scene where they blow up the little stormtrooper transport thing when those guys were, flying through the air. And Mando is very calmly telling Grogu, "Remember the controls I told you not to mess with? Well, go ahead and mess with them now. Press this one and that one." And Gugu's just kind of pressing them all. And, a missile launches and almost blows Mando up. And he's very calmly like, "No, that's not the right one. You have to keep going. Go over to this side." And he does it again. And it was pretty lame.
Oh, God.
It was pretty, it was really lame. The lamest part about it was P.P. Pascal's lovely performance. You figure if you have a helmet on, you have to exaggerate a little bit more. No, it's quite the opposite. It's just kind of like, no, that's not the right button. You need to press this button. I mean, even Harrison Ford's like, "God, come on." Egging on a little bit, like, hitting and throwing it away would be like, you need to do a little more work there, pal. You know,
They could have probably stuck a fucking mannequin into some of the shots just as a gag, and nobody would notice.
right?
You know,
It's hard to tell.
just a fucking mannequin. Uh, uh, overall, Rob, anything you want to add to this? We're going to do Coyote versus Acme, and I want to get Doug Nelson's feedback on that as well. But anything you'd like to say?
It doesn't excite me. I just sit here and I'm like, I'm watching an episode of The Mandalorian. I'm not watching a movie. And then, the fact that you haven't grown up Grogu at all or done anything to let him talk or do anything. I mean, we've already passed this baby stage. You're not appealing to a broader audience when you do that. And then, how are you explaining the character? Now, I understand you're probably bringing it back to where he should have been in season 3 or even in season 2 where he's back to being a badass bounty hunter. But what does this do for this show? Why should I be interested in this character or this story? You've given me nothing up to it, and you're not giving me anything that I like on the screen. The only thing that you gave me on the screen was footage that you banned, which was him being a badass inside an AT-AT, and you don't even show that in any of your previews. So I'm not excited for this film. I'll go see it, but this doesn't excite me. This doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm going to go see it, and I'm hoping against hope that somehow they're just showing us the wrong clips or something. I don't know.
We're going to go see it so you guys don't have to.
Yeah, well, that's how I'm going to do it. Sean, anything you'd like to add to this?
Heather brought up a good point because, there's a lot of cheesy, stupid stuff trying to be dramatic, but the rest of the trailer looks like it could just be a fun little adventure. Like, hey, look, there's some excitement. You got some speeder bikes. You got chases. You got, blowing up droids. Mando doing cool Mando stuff. That would have been great. They should have just left it like that. Just have it a little popcorn fun movie, which looks like parts of it might be. Like that snake thing is really cool. And
the snake thing.
There's some cool visuals, but it's like they couldn't help themselves. Like they had to throw in, let's do some real epic and, bumper sticker kind of stupid shit in there. We'll see. We may be surprised. It may actually be a fun time, but I'm so sour on Star Wars. I'm going to have to try to let that go when I go see this.
Absolutely. Nick,
maybe we can all watch it and they can darken the theater a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Baby Grogu?
I have. And let me open up my comments by saying that's the first big problem for me with this movie is the core emotional arc, which is the bond between Mando and Grogu. It was resolved at the end of season 2, and that was a perfect resolution for those characters.
Yeah.
And then what did they do? Oh, everybody loves baby Grogu, and we can get a lot of merchandise. So we need to get him back. We need to get them back together. So let's undo it in the Book of Boba Fett and make 2 episodes that have nothing to do with Boba Fett in that, and smash these 2 back together to set up season 3 of this show. So, that was a huge mistake on their part. Grogu should have left and had his story move forward with Luke, and Mando should have continued his story with, Bo-Katan and the Mandalorians and Mandalore and all that sort of stuff. So that's the first thing. Second, something that Heather hit on, which I agree with, is the volume technology for this movie. So despite it being shot for IMAX, the volume technology, which I will say is actually really great and cool technology when used sparingly and when used properly, not for long drawn out shots. It lacks the cinematic depth and scale because you can't get that in the volume like you can on real sets or real locations. So that's another issue for me. And then the third is they are releasing a movie on a Disney Plus show. So unless you've done your homework and subscribe to Disney Plus and watch these shows, nobody really is going to know anything about this other than the pop culture aspect of Baby Yoda, which is people who never watched the show, that's what people out there in the world still call Grogu, is Baby Yoda. Still, I still hear it to this day from just randos. Oh, look, Baby Yoda. So because of those reasons, I just, in the opening projections for this thing, I don't know if you guys have looked at it, but it is tracking low. This thing is not going to be no huge blockbuster for them. Thank God they didn't spend $600 million to make this thing, so they're not going to lose a ton of money on it. But yeah, the Star Wars brand, it's in trouble, and this is, in my opinion, this was not a good movie for them to release in theaters after their last movie, which was The Rise of Skywalker.
No, 100%. I want to get to Coyote versus Acme, but Andy, anything you'd like to add about this trailer before we go to that?
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm thrilled and have been anticipating this since season 1. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to say.
And you did it well. You did it well. You'll find the peanuts on the 3rd shelf over there. You know where it is. Okay, there you go. Good boy. All right, let's come to something that we're actually excited about, folks. Coyote versus Acme. I have grabbed the screenshot, so I'm just going to go ahead and whip through this because we don't know a whole lot of plot details. All we know really is, the images that we've shown. I mean, it's a very basic setup, which is that, we've got, the poor Coyote. We know the story. He keeps ordering Acme supplies to help him get the Roadrunner. And look at that. That's beautiful. It really looks like they've got the character designs down. It's outstanding. You got even rack focus there, which is real nice. We got the Roadrunner coming in the distance. Look at that. That's great.
Great.
And here he comes, whipping around the highway. It's so fucking cool. Poor little guy. And, there he is. And he whips past him. And he's like, you got a little sputter here. And it's like, what the... Boom. Poor bastard. And then there he is, I love this Warner Brothers Discovery Company. And then it zooms in at the bottom, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Acme Corporation, which is, taking the piss out of Warner Brothers. Yeah, poor Coyote again. And there he is back in his lair. And you see this lawyer on TV. Has Acme Corporation fucked with you? Have you been injured in an accident with the, Academy, Acme stuff? And we can help you. We can sue for your behalf. And there he is in Acme headquarters. He's going to be the lawyer who, there's like John Cena he's like the corporate president or something. Of Acme, and he's telling the story of the poor, like that's great. brain will travel.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there he is in the background, all blurred out. And there he is in the courtroom. And and there's John Cena and his team of corporate lawyers. Acme.
I love that.
Come on, to help you. He goes through the metal detector and it goes off, and he's like, and then he puts all the dynamite that he had in his pocket up there, and it unfortunately goes up. It doesn't help his case. There's his hair blowing from the detonation, poor guy. And here he is, with his can of Acme paint. He's trying to paint a tunnel, and unfortunately there's a train in that tunnel. And here's Porky, so we're going to see some other characters from Looney Tunes, and and here comes Acme wrecking ball. Oh shit!
Bam.
Boom! Right there. Right there. Oh shit. So they're strategizing over the case. He's like, hey, I can get you 250 for that, and here's a piano falling on
That
his
is so
car.
awesome. The Coyote reacts to it too.
And here's John Cena fucking with Tweety. And of course, here's Daffy. I think he's being bribed by Acme. He's like, woo, woo, woo. He's all excited about it. Acme case goes kaboom. The fair and reasonable judge dismisses trial. Lawyer embarrasses himself in front of news media. And then we can see, an Acme missile right there heading with the car. And, oh dear. Like everything's redacted. Poor he's like, oh, we've got nothing, and the board is so full of shit that it falls down, And there's Foghorn Leghorn who's like, I say, you better win this case, brother. I didn't, Acme ain't chicken feed, it's. We got some case files here. Acme factory there. Yeah, man. This is like Tweety. He's like Acme explosives. Tweety's like pissed off about getting the squeeze put on him. And looks like a bunch of Looney Tunes characters are escaping from
St. Looney's.
From the Looney bin, St. Looney's. Yeah. We got some of those Martians. Yep.
Yeah. And the dog.
Yeah. The problem is with the trailer that all of this stuff happens so fast that you miss it unless you get the stills and can really study the artistry here. It's just blowing up. He's almost got the Roadrunner, but he can't quite get him. Coyote versus Acme. There's Bugs at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be a hero or a villain. It's interesting. In theaters, August 28, ladies and gentlemen, August 28. So I want to go right now. Doug, we don't have much time with you left, but I wanted to get you to chime in on what you thought of this trailer. And just let us know what you think.
Well, it looks great, and makes sense. He's finally going to try to get some justice.
Yeah.
After being screwed for how many years. Some of these is like the live action mixed with cartoons. They can go flat very easily. Some of the I wasn't really crazy about the Rocky and Bullwinkle movies and stuff like that, but this one, just the presentation of it, and if they're able to craft that up in a tight little narrative for the film, it could be really great. It's just a shame Warner Brothers decided, well, we'll just sell it off,
I know, it's insane.
They they came to the conclusion that Looney Tunes just isn't where it's at anymore. That it hasn't been utilized very well in a long time. So it's like, they kind of want to, how much of the movie going audience will really get the gag, and that kind of thing. I guess that's what they were thinking. But whatever. I hope it does very well. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, man. It would be fantastic
if this thing rises to the top. But overall, I got no complaints with it. Everything looks like it's on spot, and hopefully it all works out.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm really, really pulling for this movie. I'm gonna be, listen, I've been a lifelong Looney Tunes fan.
Yeah,
I think that the Looney Tunes shorts, from the 30s all the way, to the 60s were, some of the funniest things ever made. Yeah. And so, I'm going to be unapologetic, cheerleader for this movie. I really hope that it kicks ass, and I can't wait to see it, man. Dude, I'm glad you could join us here tonight. You want to go ahead and plug your channel and your various entertainment concerns?
Sure, why not? Yes, the channel is the Nelson Ratings, where I talk about stuff like we just talked about here. Yep, except it's, just me. It's kind of lonely, but what are you going to do? Then there's the podcast, The Mr. Nelson Show, where I do these audio plays on there. And interestingly enough, by a staggering coincidence, I also turned those into comic books,
Wow.
most notably Night Night. And those are available at indieplanet.com. Yeah, you head over there, look up Night Night, and oh my goodness, look at the wonder and joy. You'll get, oh, look, every panel is very well lit. You can see everything. So there you go. See,
Amen.
even Night Night's in the dark there, but he's got a flashlight so you can see stuff. So there you go. You can actually see it. So
Oh, man.
all you got to do, head over to indieplanet.com, look up Night Night, and you too can have your very own copy of Night Night, made and produced and all that good stuff by me, Mr. Nelson.
Well, thank you, Mr. Nelson. We appreciate you being here tonight, my friend. And, hope to see you next week. And thanks for popping in and brightening all of our lives.
My pleasure.
All right. Doug Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Doug. We'll see you later.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
You bet.
Night, Doug.
Hey,
Later, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
All right. Let's just go to the top of the batting order. Gary Ambrosio, what do you think of this trailer?
You know, why would they not want to release this movie?
I have no fucking clue.
I mean, it looks awesome.
Yeah. It looks really, really cool.
Really, it looks like it's a lot of fun. I don't know why in the world they wouldn't want to release this movie, but it looks funny, and I can't wait to go check it out.
Yeah, 100%, man.
All I
I'm
gotta
really
say.
excited about it.
Yeah.
Because you liked the day the earth blew up, right?
Yeah, I did, and this looks even better.
Yeah. It looks fucking
So,
fantastic.
I love Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yeah. And I've always loved, I felt a great sympathy for his ploy. He's like a fellow supervillain in a way. He really is. And he deserves his time in the sun, and he deserves justice.
Yeah.
Rob,
I think
anything?
Sean is stuck in the back, Doom.
Oh, okay. He popped out. We'll bring him right back in here. There you
Victor
go,
Van
Sean.
Doomcock, super genius.
That's right.
Genius.
What do you think, Rob?
So this looks hilarious. I can't wait to go see this. But let me just say this: Looney Tunes has been around since the 30s. Okay, 1932. We've got multiple generations of cartoons that this has been a part of childhood, a part of growing up. This works. It has worked for almost 100 years. Look at this. We're in 2026, and it was created like in 1932. We're not that far away from the 100th anniversary of Looney Tunes, the first Looney Tune cartoon. It's what works. It's what people like. It's what people love. It's basic, fun stuff. And you guys are trying to destroy it and create a message on it, which is so stupid. This is hilarious. This is fun. This is fun for the whole family. You can multiple generations. Grandparents can take their grandkids to this.
No wonder they didn't want to show it to us.
Yeah,
Right,
no
right.
kidding. I mean, that's the thing. The problem with today and the thinking of today with these people is they want to destroy stuff that's multi-generational, stuff that's just basic level human interaction that's fun and humorous, because they're more about their message than anybody having a good time or passing on something that's good and wholesome and fun. And I'm getting sick of it. But I can't wait to see this because it's going to be awesome, and it makes me look forward to parts of my summer where I'm looking forward to a few movies that might actually be good this summer instead of crap that we've gotten the past couple of years. So I think it's turning a corner, and let's all go out and support this film, folks, and let's tell people about it. I like the buzz that it's getting on X already, and I hope it gets even more buzz because we need to support this. That other movie that you talked about, The Day the Earth Blew Up, I own it. It's great. It's fantastic. Folks, if you haven't seen it, go find it. Go buy a copy. It's excellent. It's right up there with the old Looney Tunes. A lot of fun, funny, wholesome, great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well said, Rob. Well said. Let's go now to Heather L. Heather, what do you think? You a fan of these cartoons?
I love them. And this made me so happy just watching this trailer. I just watched it multiple times because it was so fun. It really put me in a good mood. So definitely looking forward to it. But I noticed more as you were doing the stills. Like, I love the animation anyway, but how expressive they are able to make the faces. Like Wile E. Coyote. It just looks great. And I love the style. I love it with having the animation in with the live action, it looks so good. And I didn't realize that all these Looney Tunes characters were going to be in it, so that's good too. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It looks great. It looks really fun. What a contrast to the last trailer, like how bright, bright versus dark, and just oh, it's so fun, so funny.
Yeah, fun versus moribund, right?
Yeah,
moribund. That's
yeah.
Let's see. Let's go. Echo Base Network. What did you think about this, man? Are you there, or did you step away?
I think Nick might have stepped away there.
Okay. Let's go to Sean. He got kicked out, and then we'll go to Andy. Sean, what did you think?
Oh, this was great. I laughed more when you were showing the stills than I did during the trailer, because you get to see the, like that scene with the balls hitting Porky and he's just wrapped around it. It's really good. And even the very first scene, when you see the little explosion off in the desert, it had the shape that they did back in the Looney Tunes, like a miniature nuclear mushroom cloud that just puffs up. It looks great. And I'm going to watch The Day the Earth Blew Up tonight. I just checked. I can see it on I think it's on HBO. So I'm going to check that out tonight. I'm looking forward to it. But this looks great. I'm really glad that it's getting buzz. And it's kind of reminding me of what happened with Sonic the Hedgehog, because there has been a lot of pressure, and a lot of people out have been pressuring Warner Brothers, please release this. We want to see it. So it kind of feels almost like a little bit of a grassroots push to get this out. And I'm glad they listened. Maybe that's telling us something. We're being heard.
Yeah. Well, by some people, some studios. But I'm really glad whoever picked this up, Ketchup, picked this up, and thank God they did. Thank God this wasn't just this was going to be Batgirl, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And supposedly test audiences loved it. Test audiences were really loving it. I cannot comprehend why they wanted to can this.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Nick, what'd you think of this?
I absolutely love that this thing is coming back and is actually going to be in theaters, and somebody actually put in the money. I think they spend like $50 million or something to get this thing. So no strategic tax write-offs for WB. But yeah, I thought it looked great. Very high quality. Love the premise of it. My only concern is who's going to go see this outside of long-term Looney Tune fans. Hopefully a lot of those older generation like ourselves takes their kids or their grandkids to go see this thing, because I think this movie is going to be awesome. I'm definitely going to go see it. I hope it does very, very well at the box office, but that's where kind of my concern lies. How many people are actually going to go out and support this thing? I hope a ton, and I hope it actually makes money, because I thought it looked great, and I was really upset when I found out that they were shelving this thing, because I was really looking forward to it. But I'm just happy that now we're going to get to see it, regardless of what it does at the box office. We're actually going to get to see this thing now. I'm not a big fan of John Cena at all. That's the only thing about it that I did not like. I'm just not a John Cena fan. But I did find it funny when this whole controversy was going on that a U.S. Congressman, Joaquin Castro, got involved and was threatening federal investigation for antitrust violations for this thing. So I think that played a little bit of a role possibly on this thing getting put out there. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna go see it opening weekend for sure.
Absolutely. I think I'm gonna go to Andy here. I think that what they should do is, like, this was a short trailer. This was, like a minute and something. To do like a full 3-minute trailer, they should have like clips from old Warner Brothers cartoons, like like payoffs real quick of like, for years, Wile E. Coyote tried to use every technology at his disposal to get the Roadrunner, show all these things, get them like remembering and have some like a trip down memory lane, but kind of like a briefing, and then he saw the ad, and have you been injured by the Acme Corporation? So like do it just a like 15, 20, 30-second like setup to kind of, bring people up to speed on who this character is, in case people don't know. Andy, what'd you think of this trailer?
The Acme Corporation has a long history of making quality products and we take this slanderous exercise very seriously. User malfunction is not the fault of the Acme Corporation. This is the thing that everybody's been waiting for forever. I mean, how many times can an anvil actually blow up? I mean, you do have to consider, though, that Acme's Instant Hole is very effective and works very well. It's going to be great to see the case. The only thing I could say is, like, they really missed an opportunity of not getting Bob Odenkirk to play one of their lawyers.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, Andy. When I watched that trailer, I was thinking the exact same thing. And I don't know if you caught it at the end, but the jab they took at the controversy where Foghorn says that this is being released for accounting purposes only.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is looking great. I'm really hoping and it's an opportunity too for parents and grandparents probably to bring their little ones to this and introduce them to some of the great classic characters that they probably missed out on.
Absolutely. And Donna LBL in the chat had a great marketing idea, folks. A great marketing idea. Donna LBL says they should sell an Acme popcorn bucket that would be defective, unable to hold popcorn. So
No, we used to have them with a hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was for other purposes, though.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be awesome.
Oh my God. All right, gang. Well, anyone else have anything to say about this? Everybody go and see it, folks. That's all I can say. Please, everybody go and see that. Nothing else? All right. Let's go ahead and get to some more of these here super chats, and then we'll get to our movie of the week. All right, let us continue here. Thank you all for your patience, and thank you for sending the super chats to support this show. Sigvaldason, the high priest of the cult of Harvey. I'll take this one, Doomcock. Well, you'll have to. I'm not going to read this crap. Sigvaldason says with a $10 super chat, hope you are enjoying tonight's Harvey Cthulhu Presents Pop Culture Breakdown, hosted by the dunce cap wearing Doomcock. Fuck you. Sidekick to our Eldritch God. A Harvey Cthulhu production, TM. Well, there you go. Back to you, Chet. Thank you, Harvey, whatever. Thank you, Sigvaldason, I guess. Thank you. And Radioactive Actual with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Radioactive Actual. He says, DC, someone should buy the Hogwarts set pieces and make a parody of the Kurtzman parody of real Star Trek. Grab the sets, remake, basically make a parody of the Kurtzman parody of the real Star Trek. That's very meta of you, Radioactive Actual. I like that idea. I like it a lot. Hail to you, Radioactive Actual. An Old Man Bird with a $9.99 super chat. Hail to the great Old Man Bird. He says, howdy, dear friends. Miskatonic Madman, Power Ranger Donnie, Admiral Teague, Wallace Lang, Radioactive Actual, Heather L., Sean Carter, Overlord DVD, and the usual suspects. You know who you are out there in the chat. Hail to all the usual suspects. Hail to all of you watching this show. We really appreciate you here at the center of the earth and hope that you're having a damn good time tonight. And thank you, Old Man Bird. Kurt James with a $4.99 super chat. Hail to you. Kurt James says, still enraged. There was no cantina scene with Han, Luke, and Leia. A fond farewell to the Trinity. Chewie, R2, and C-3PO should have been honored as well. Yeah, shit. These people were so fucking deluded that it never even occurred to them, apparently, to go ahead and have them all in a scene together. But then that would have trashed the whole plot, right? Because, you know, this was Jar Jar Abrams' fucking brainstorm. Hey, Luke ran away. He's like holed up on some planet, an old bitter fuck, you know, sucking on, you know, manatees, sucking on manatees, and, you know, throwing lightsabers away. So, of course, they couldn't put them all together. What a piece of shit. What idiocy. What idiot. It's just incredible. Hail to you, Kurt James. Absolutely, positively correct. And echoes of the ancients with a $5 super sticker of Bushiba applauding and saying bravo. Hail to you, echoes of the ancients. Very much appreciate you being here tonight and hope that you're having a good time. We really are grateful to have you here. Oh, echoey one. And Michael Beacom with a $10 super chat. Hail to you, Michael Beacom says, can you imagine KK working in a Vegas casino? Hell with these whales and their fat wallets. Screw them over for the thousands of Uber drivers and baristas, etc., who will come rushing in to spend. Yeah. She would have been swell, dude. Yeah, she absolutely would have been swell. That's an excellent point, Michael Beacom. Hail to you, sir. I salute you from here at the center of the earth. And it's always good to hear from you. Old Man Bird again with a $4.99 super chat. Hail, my friend. He asks, you riding a dewback or a bantha? Boy, geez, that's a tough choice. I don't know. Since the banthas are the first, well, no, I don't know. I guess I've always had a soft spot for banthas, you know.
I'd have to go for the bantha. I mean, you know what leather seats are like in heat.
It's true. And the sand, it gets everywhere, you know. It's so chafing. Yeah, I'm gonna go bantha, Old Man Bird. Thank you for that, Andy. That's kind of definitive. That settles the issue, I think, once and for all. Thank you, Old Man Bird. Matthew Eagle with a $2 super chat. Hail to you, Matthew Eagle. He says, is anyone stoked for Mortal Kombat? I haven't heard anything about it or seen anything about it. How about you guys? Anything?
It looks pretty good. That's the one with Carl Urban, right?
I haven't heard anything about it. I really couldn't say. I don't know.
The previews look pretty good, so I'll check it out.
Okay. All right. Well, Andy says it looked pretty good. Anyone else chiming in on that? No. Well, I guess they got to do a better job, promoting it, because a lot of us haven't even heard about it or thought about it. Interesting. Wayu Hatan with a $10 super chat. Hail to you, Wayu Hatan. Says Disney needs to make more Star Wars like Shadow Lord. I thought the last 2 episodes were some of the best Star Wars I have seen in a long time. More of that and consign the sequel trilogy to Legends. Yeah, actually, Rob has seen a number of the Maul Shadow Lords shows.
Yep.
Rob, you want to chime in real quick on what you thought of the show so far?
It's excellent, but you know, this is what Dave Filoni actually does well. I mean, I did like Clone Wars, I did like Rebels, and this is in that same lane and that same vein. This is his strength, and I thought they did it really well. And Doomcock, I know people you mentioned that there wasn't enough Maul, but Maul's in it throughout the show, and he shows up at key points in the right times, and you know about his plan and what he's doing and what he's trying to accomplish, and it lays it out there. It doesn't dumb anything down for you. It's straight action. It's a good story. It's got a boatload of characters, and it's a lot of fun. I really like it. I think it's really good. I think, you know, folks are right to say that it's right up there with Rogue One. It's something good that Disney actually did. But again, like we mentioned last week, it's a stepping stone in the right direction. They need to expand on it.
All right. Thank you, my friend. I think I screwed up. I screwed up my fucking super. Yeah. I went straight to you instead of going to shit. All right. Well, I guess that fucks that.
I think Heather's seen it as well. If you want her to give an opinion.
Go ahead, Heather. Would you like to add anything to that?
Sure. I mean, Rob kind of covered it, but yeah, I think it's good too. I think Maul's in it sufficiently. I mean, you can't just show him constantly. There is a story to it. I think it's a good story. I like a lot of the characters. There's a police detective that's interesting, his family and motivations. I think it's a good show. With of course the qualifiers that we've talked about every time that the problem that Maul's dead and that it's part of the Disney timeline, but it's a darker show, like kind of like Andor was. So it's not doesn't have the fun aspect to it, but it's a good story. I think it's entertaining, and I've kind of been liking it.
All right. Well, good enough for that. Thank you very much, Heather L. Let's basically what I'm going to do is try to just that frame. Okay. That's what we'll do. I'll have to reload that graphic. What a pain in the ass. Oh, well. Thanks, Rob. Well,
Wah, wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah, wah.
asshole. All right.
This logo brought to you by Acme.
Yes, exactly. Acme right. Exactly. Rob Acme. It's my fault. It's a quirk in the studio. Anyway, Michael Beacom with a $5 super chat. Hail to you. Michael Beacom says, foisting Starfleet Academy to Netflix is a clever ploy to discredit them when they oppose the merger. There's the 4D level chess going on here. Hail to you, Michael Beacom. Yeah. Well, it's a rumor. I don't know. I doubt. I mean, from what I hear, Netflix doesn't have any interest in it anyway. But the fact that might have even happened is pretty fucking hilarious. Trevin Lane with a $5 super chat. Hail to the great Trevin Lane. He says Marvel Studios just laid off the only person that was keeping their struggling comic publishing arm alive. They are truly screwed. Yeah.
They need to lay off the rest of their comic division.
Yeah, really. I don't know. They need to basically lay off everybody, go back in time about 20, 30 years, commandeer all those people and bring them forward. That's what
The
they
biggest problem that you have there, if you go to fire them, I'm sure they all have a box they've checked and they'll have a lawsuit out the wazoo. Like you're firing this kind of minority and this kind of minority and this and I identify as this. So they're probably terrified to just fire these people. But I mean, the numbers don't lie. I mean, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday about this with comic books in general, and we were talking about how few memorable characters there have been made since probably like the last 30 years. I mean, you've got Deadpool, Wolverine, and what's really in there. And considering that you've chopped the comic book buying population down to probably about 10% of what it used to be, you're not going to get a good character coming out because nobody's reading it enough to see it.
Yeah. They've really fucked themselves, and I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do to unfuck. It may be beyond salvaging. Marvel Comics is a wasteland at this point. It's sad. EP Anti-Cthulhu Crusader with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Evan Peterson. Evan, he says, I've always said Frankenstein should be required reading for scientists. Colossus, The Forbidden Project, and 2001 A Space Odyssey should be required viewing. Yes. Relating to the Polyveter Gamer post, multiple posts about the AI secret language and them trying to perpetuate themselves using humans and social media as carriers, essentially, as infection vectors. It's really, really stunning and quite fucking disturbing. Hail to you, EP Anti-Cthulhu Crusader. Good point, sir. Saul Shymek with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Saul Shymek. He says, Pragmata is a game for people wanting some wholesome parent-child interaction. The usual suspects are going nuts because it shows normality. I know. Normality is just awful, isn't it? Oh, all those breeders, all those, average people, all those like enemies of, freakish weirdos. Yep, you're right, Saul Shymek. That is indeed the problem. Crouching Taylor Hidden Swift with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Crouching Taylor Hidden Swift says, it's the Dark Knight's fault. Everything is literally and figuratively dark. LOL. Everything wants to be Batman, even Star Wars. Well, that's true. Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman was highly influential, although really it was influenced by Blade Runner very, very much. Blade Runner is maybe the most influential movie visually of all time. I think that's true. Hail to you, Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. Thank you for being here tonight. And Trevin Lane with another $2 super chat. Hail to you, producer Trevin Lane. He says, a lot of older kids shows got very dark. Yeah. Sad but true, dude. Sad but true. It's sign of the times, I guess. Everything's dark times, dark shows, dark entertainment. I don't know what the hell's going on in the world. Goku McDuck. And by the way, I hear that it's Goku McDuck's birthday out there. Happy birthday, Goku McDuck. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Goku. Happy birthday to you. And many more, Goku McDuck. Yay! We appreciate you, my friend. And Goku McDuck with a 50 Mexican peso super chat. Hail to you, my friend. He says, hi, everyone. Fell asleep Friday. Did not get the surgery last week and got older on Sunday. At least the Coyote movie will get released. Hail to you, Goku McDuck. Yes, you did not get that surgery last week. And I cannot recall what the circumstances of that were. I hope that's good news, and that means maybe you don't need it. Hope everything's going well for you, and a happy birthday on Sunday. Happy belated birthday, Goku McDuck. And Goku McDuck also gifted 5 Overlord DVD memberships to this very channel. Hail to you, Goku McDuck. You are awesome, my friend. Really appreciate that. We got channel member videos every single week coming up here, uncensored and demonetized. Maybe my wonderful wrenches will post a link, a playlist to those videos for any of our new channel members that have been gifted memberships from Goku McDuck here tonight. Hail to you, Goku. And Trevin Lane with a $5 super chat. Hail to you, Trevin Lane. Again, producer Trevin Lane says, IGN has been roasted for their review of Mouse P.I. Detective for Hire. They said there was too much shooting in a bomber shooter game. LOL. Oh, it's so sad, Why, when are we going to get the, de-gunnified Wolfenstein 3D? That's what I want to know. They've gotten away with that shit for so long now. So very long. Oh, it's just heartbreaking. And birthday boy Goku McDuck, ladies and gentlemen, with a 200 Mexican peso super chat. Bless you, Goku McDuck. He says, still depressed. I have not worked on my main story, IQ. The artist has also got health issues. That's his artist on this graphic novel he's working on. And due to Oscar's health issues, I also have trouble practicing my writing on fanfics. Can I ask you guys, can't smile without you? Well, Goku McDuck, you know what? I will do Can't Smile Without You on Friday Night Frolics this coming Friday. We don't really do that kind of thing on this show. But we'll go ahead and I'll write that down on here so that we can do that for you come Friday on Friday Night Frolics at 7:30 Central, 5:30 Pacific time. Don't be depressed, man. These things go in fits and spurts. And Goku McDuck says, well, it's not exactly a graphic novel, just illustrations. Okay, fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. But we will do that for you this coming Friday. All right. Well, I tell you what, man, let's go ahead now. You know what? So I don't screw this up further. Let's play out this. God, I don't know I don't know why it went all fucking technology. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's go to this scene. Okay, so I went within the scene, which is really, really annoying. All right, let's get to the movies that we love, shall we? It's time for that segment. What do you think? All right, folks. Movies that we love this week. I'm going to go ahead and pop up this cool little graphic we got. And the movie is, we've got this shared. What About Bob? This is the first time I've ever seen this movie. And boy, I tell you, I will say that this is a funny movie. I will say it's very clever, but I will say that it infuriated me. It really fucking pissed me off. And I watched as much of it as I could, but eventually I finally turned it off in a just, I had to fucking shut it off and walk away, and I had a headache. So, God love Bill Murray. But he's better for me playing smart ass, intelligent characters rather than neurotic nuts. So, I felt so fucking sorry for Richard Dreyfuss in this. And it's like, I think I made it to the part where they're all having dinner and he eats his fucking chicken, the last piece of chicken that he wanted. And the family's just all ganging up on him and taking his side, this fucking loon. And, hey, well, I'm sorry if your dad is a little boring for you. God knows he's just out there, making a fat living and, putting food on the fucking table for you. And he's, on the verge of his greatest triumph in his fucking career. But, oh, yeah, he's an asshole. Fuck you. The whole world is like teaming up against Richard Dreyfuss, those assholes in the canoe, yelling,
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
She never says that.
This fucking asshole, but I don't know. He's just like a fucking loon. He's, tracking him down, lying, stalking, every turn he's like,
Dr. Marvin is Bob. Don't hang up.
Fuck. So it really pissed me off bad. This is not, I'm on I'm on Team Dreyfuss here. Okay. This poor guy is just trying to have a, holiday with his family. Yes, he's a psychiatrist. Yes, he's kind of stuffy. Yes, he's a bit full of himself, but hey, he's going on Good Morning fucking America and he's got a best-selling book that's coming out. So if he can't be, a little full of himself at the height of his career, then fuck. I'm sorry. If they wanted me to watch this, they needed to make Richard Dreyfuss much more dislikable, much more of an asshole, or they should have cast somebody like Christopher Plummer in that part, some real fucking asshole that then it's hilarious that he's getting shit on in every fucking scene.
It's a good thing you didn't finish it, DC.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, I'm not going to see what bullshit
therapy, Bob.
this loon
Guaranteed
does.
cure.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. So, yeah, I'm getting a headache just thinking about it again. It really pissed me off. So, but hey, it's a movie some of us love. This is my Where Eagles Dare, just like Mexican Iron Man. Hermano, I know how you feel. I know your special pain now. Fucking asshole. Yeah, I have more thoughts, but I don't want to steal Gary's thunder here. But we can talk about this. I just what if it was reversed? I think it would have been funnier if the dad as a psychiatrist was like, when he shows up, and this is obviously a cry for help, and we have to help him, and he's driving the family nuts. And then driving the family nuts and this guy, I don't express anger, right? and then he finally is driven to the point where he absolutely explodes at the end. It kicks him out, and the family and he reunite and stuff. Now that might have been funny for me, but this was too much. A whole universe. He's like fucking Wile E. Coyote, and he doesn't deserve it. All right, and now we go to Gary Ambrosia.
So glad
what
you
say
liked this
Gary.
movie, Joe. All right, guys. Well, here we go. What about Bob? Baby steps. The funniest.
I laughed
and
when he was like
most-
baby steps, and they're like tracking in on the bus at New Hampshire. You know, it's just. I did
when he's,
laugh.
like,
I did
taking
laugh.
the little
But
steps around his office.
yes.
Baby
There was a lot
steps.
funny.
It
It's just
works.
when they started shitting all over this poor guy, I couldn't take it.
Good morning, Gil. I said good morning, Gil.
He
The
goes,
funniest and most
"Free,
annoying
I'm
film
free."
ever made, starring Dr. Peter Venkman and Matt Hooper. Directed by Miss Piggy. Produced on a $39 million budget and bringing in over $63 million during its worldwide theatrical release. Somewhere around the mid-1980s, producer Laura Ziskin and screenwriter Alvin Sargent discovered a 1983 novel called August, which was written by Looking for Mr. Goodbar author Judith Rossner. The story follows Dr. Lulu Scheinfeld, a psychoanalyst who takes her family on vacation and the struggle that her patient, Dawn Henley, endures while her doctor is away and she is unreachable. The tone of the novel was dramatic and even a bit dark. It was Sargent that proposed the question that because all psychiatrists and analysts in New York go on vacation in August, who looks after all of their patients? The writer suggested the story could be a potential comedy if the patient followed his doctor on vacation. Screenwriter Tom Schulman, who was making a name for himself selling several of his scripts, including Second Sight, Dead Poet Society, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, was hired to write the script for What About Bob? After the script was finished, the Walt Disney Company gave the movie the green light under their Touchstone Pictures label. Gary Marshall was hired to direct, and the casting process began. Even though both Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin were considered, it was always intended to offer Bill Murray the role of Bob Wiley. However, negotiating for the comic star would go on for much longer than expected, which would cause Marshall to drop out of the director's chair, as he was already contracted for Pretty Woman. This was a major setback for the production, so it was decided to move to casting Dr. Leo Marvin. The producers looked to Woody Allen to play the role, who, interestingly enough, due to his personality, could have turned What About Bob into a one-man show playing both roles. That would have been funny. To sweeten the deal, Ziskin offered Allen the director's chair. In 1989, it was officially announced that Woody Allen and Bill Murray would team up for the movie. However, this also did not come to fruition, seeing as Murray had still not been contracted yet. The producers even brought in Robin Williams to read for the role to speed up the negotiation process, but this did nothing to help the issue and just irritated Robin Williams. Milos Forman, Rob Reiner, and Danny DeVito were all considered to take over directing duties. However, it was Yoda himself, Frank Oz, who would ultimately helm the production. Oz had began his directing career on The Dark Crystal, working alongside longtime colleague Jim Henson. His most recent film at the time was Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, starring Michael Caine and Steve Martin. The comedy dynamic worked so well in that film that Disney had hoped Oz could repeat the process on What About Bob? Interestingly enough, it was Frank Oz that finally encouraged Bill Murray to sign on as Bob Wiley because the two had such a good working relationship on Oz's remake of The Little Shop of Horrors. Now the production was on the lookout to cast the role of Dr. Leo Marvin again. Alan Arkin, Bob Newhart, Michael Caine, James Caan, Kevin Kline, Chevy Chase, Patrick Stewart, and Jack Nicholson were all considered. It was the suggestion of Jeffrey Katzenberg that Richard Dreyfuss be considered for the role. The choice was made, Dreyfuss accepted the role, and the cast and crew were off to begin principal photography. Shot mostly on location in Virginia, on Smith Mountain Lake, Bedford, for the Lake Winnipesaukee locations and also in New York for Dr. Marvin's high-rise office. However, no one quite expected that the conflict that was about to arise on set. Back in 1978, just after receiving his Academy Award for Best Actor in The Goodbye Girl, Richard Dreyfuss hosted Saturday Night Live, which is where he met Bill Murray. The two never really got along, with Dreyfuss already annoyed by the comedian, and Murray unimpressed with what he considered a, quote, inflated ego. Due to the fact that an ending had not been decided yet for the film, the filmmakers were constantly trying to settle on something which they could agree and pleasing the studio heads at the same time. Producer Laura Ziskin and Richard Dreyfuss agreed that the film should stick to its more dark and wacky sense of humor written in Shulman's original script, while Frank Oz and Bill Murray felt that the film should be more grounded in its approach to the comedy. Ziskin adopted for the original ending proposed by Alvin Sargent of Bob Wiley getting his doctorate in psychotherapy and ironically becoming Leo Marvin's doctor. Shulman's version was Dr. Marvin going insane and becoming institutionalized in a small rubber room. Disney did not approve of either the producer or the director's ending and hired screenwriter Elaine May to rewrite Dr. Marvin having a change of heart just before committing Bob to death therapy. No one wanted this ending at all, so the divide grew larger and larger throughout the production, which in turn ignited the already stoked feud between Dreyfuss and Murray. Oz attempted to please everyone by shooting two different endings. However, this pleased no one, especially during test screenings. So a third ending was filmed where Bob marries Leo's sister and Leo awakens from his catatonic state to object. This also upset everyone as several weeks were added to the shooting schedule, which led Ziskin to call for working over the Columbus Day holiday. This led Bill Murray to lead the crew in a minor mutiny against the production, which also did not help the already tense situation. The result of the on-set division and feuding caused the crew never to work with one another again. Despite the massive tension, the movie, for some strange reason, works and works very well. In addition to the troublesome production, Dreyfuss attempted to hire a private bookkeeper to see if he was still owed some money after the release of What About Bob? When Disney refused, Dreyfuss bought a lawsuit against the company alongside Christine Wagner, wife of the late Raymond Wagner, who was the producer of Turner and Hooch, both claiming that they were owed more money than they were given due to the success of the films. Wagner alleges that she had not been sent a financial statement in 20 years, and finally, in 2016, Disney settled with Dreyfuss and Wagner, thus indicating that they were both allegedly owed a substantial amount of money due to the success of both movies. During an altercation between Murray and his co-star, this is my final note. During the altercation between Murray and his co-star, the response is the following, as quoted from Richard Dreyfuss himself. "I didn't talk about it for years. Bill just got drunk at dinner. He was an Irish drunken bully, is what he was. He came back from dinner. He walked in, and I said, 'You really should read this. I think it's really funny.' And he put his face next to me, nose to nose, and he screamed at the top of his lungs, 'Everyone hates you. You are tolerated.' There was no time to react because he leaned back and he took a modern glass-blown ashtray and threw it in my face, just several feet away. It weighed about 3/4 of a pound, and he missed me. He tried to hit me. I got up and left." In 2025,
Thank God it wasn't
Bill
Amber
Murray-
Heard.
What?
Thank God it wasn't Amber Heard. She's a good shot.
In 2025, Bill Murray admitted to the New York Times that I threw it up at a far corner of the townhouse, but I didn't throw it at anyone. If I'd have thrown it at Dreyfuss, I'd have hit him. Producer Laura Ziskin recalls Murray and herself having a spirited argument on set, during which Murray tossed her into a lake. She also recounts another altercation between the actor and herself, where he grabbed her sunglasses from her head, broke them in half, and tossed them on the ground. According to Dreyfuss' son, Ben, Bill Murray's antics got so bad that the crew left the set, headed back to Los Angeles, which effectively shut down the production and only continued because Disney had to hire on-set bodyguards in order to keep the piece.
Wow.
So that
Fuck.
is the true story of how this movie was made. And these guys absolutely hated each other, and they still do. But to me, I swear, the more angry Tom Hanks gets,
Sorry.
it's okay. The more angry Tom Hanks gets, the funnier he is. Well, Richard Dreyfuss angry is even funnier than that. I think he's hilarious when when he kicks Bob out and he's screaming at his family. He opens the door and Bob's still there. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I think Bill Murray is brilliant in this movie too, because he really is pissing off Dreyfuss, and it's so fun to watch him angry. It really is. Now this movie is very divisive. The movie was divisive to its stars, its cast, its crew, everybody. It's even divisive to audiences because some people are so pissed off and frustrated by this movie. You're not alone, Doom. You're not alone.
Good. I'm glad. I thought I was the only one.
People genuinely are like, I can't watch this fucking thing. I can't watch it. To me, it's just glorious. It's torturous, but it's glorious. I think Bill Murray is. I have friends that are like Bill Murray, and I've endured this kind of shit before. And it's hard. It's hard.
God.
People with medical problems and stuff like that. But to watch it happen in a movie and to watch Richard Dreyfuss just lose his fucking mind, like when Bill Murray's really driving him crazy, it's gold to me. I love it. I love
Oh my God. It just pissed me off so bad.
I love it.
Honestly. I'm not kidding. I was like, wow.
I
could see that it was funny. I can see it was.
Oh yeah, it's very divisive. It's a divisive movie. You either love it or I think you hate it.
I really love
there's
Richard
no in between.
Dreyfuss.
It's not like, it's all right.
He just didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve this level of shit in
I think he did.
his life.
I think he did. I think he was an arrogant prick. I think he was an arrant prick.
Hey,
he only dropped. He was rude to his son. He was rude to his daughter. I think he was arrogant. Yeah.
He only dropped the fucking kid in the lake because of fucking Bill Murray.
But he shouldn't have done that.
Distracting him.
He shouldn't have done that.
What? Kid's a little wuss.
Yeah,
he is
little tiny little fucking. Give me a break.
Yeah.
When was he rude? Why was he rude to the daughter?
They had their own problems. I just think that Richard Dreyfuss was too self-involved, and he was too selfish, and he was kind of into himself. He was a little bit egotistical, which was the whole idea of the movie. Like, because if he wasn't, even slightly like arrogant, everybody would have been like, fuck Bob, fuck him. Why is he abusing this guy? I think Dreyfuss deserved it. I really do.
What did he? How is he so arrogant? He's excited. He's getting
everything.
On fucking,
no, that's bullshit. I don't
Morning
believe that.
America, for God's sakes.
Absolutely.
It made me laugh hard when he charged him for the book. I love that. Fucking weirdo.
That was fucking great.
No free book.
And I love the other
asshole.
psychiatrist just packing up his shit while he's trying to calmly, get him to go on board with the patient. That was so funny. Yeah, I love it. This movie makes me laugh. I love Richard Dreyfuss. I love Bill Murray. I know they hate each other, but for some reason, this movie just works for me. And I love the scene where they're live on Good Morning America. That shit is just hilarious.
I think I could tell. Well, see, I was not gonna go see that. I was not gonna.
It's so funny.
I was not gonna see the fucking thing with what he was gonna do to him on the TV. Fuck that.
God,
No way.
Bill Murray just
No way.
steals the whole thing away from him. And Dreyfuss
Fuck
is
that.
fucking
Fuck
fuming,
that.
dude. It's so funny.
Not in my dojo, motherfucker.
He's losing his composure. Dreyfuss really blows it. It's fucking hilarious.
See, I would wind up in jail if I was Richard Dreyfuss. I mean, his fucking family, like, oh no, he's fine. He's fine. It's like, fuck you, man. This is like, so his opinion doesn't count on this vacation. Nobody gives a shit.
The patient stalked him.
Yes.
To his vacation home. There's nothing okay about that.
No.
Yes, thank you.
Nothing at all.
Thank you.
That's why he was pissed. I get that. And he won't leave them alone.
Yes.
But it's fucking hilarious.
Well, it would. I like I said, if they'd have made Richard Dreyfuss's character more of a, a real, like what if like they'd put Peck in there, from Ghostbusters, Atherton,
Yeah.
or someone that's not like fucking Christopher Plummer. Can you imagine like the cold, like just like seething anger that would
But then I don't think it would have been funny as funny enough. You know what I mean?
I
Like
think
it's
I would have
supposed to
laughed
be
more 'cause he's
lighthearted.
such a dick.
Like
there's nothing lighthearted about what's happening to Richard Dreyfuss.
I thought it was. It works for me, man.
All
It
right.
really does. I love it. I watch this movie all the time. Again, if you
Wow.
can't, you either love this movie or you fucking hate it. And
I was
know
so
a lot of people that
angry.
hate this movie. You're not the only one.
I was so angry. I had 2 drinks afterwards this afternoon, and I'm going over it in my head, like trying to analyze why did I hate this so? Why did it make me so angry? And that's why I figured it out. It's like it needed major changes in the perspective of the thing, to make it funny
Well,
for me.
that's what Dreyfuss was saying. Him and the producer said we need to go further. It needs to be more extreme.
Yeah.
Like I need to be even more of a prick. But
Yes.
but
Yes.
Frank Oz and Bill Murray said, well, we should ground it and we should make them, kind of like it should be grounded in reality. So there was a lot of fighting on the set about who. There were 2 camps. One.
Yeah, and that really set it clear in my mind, Gary, that it was like neither fish nor fowl. It was like on the one hand, Bill Murray's out there doing, this kind of crazy ass Stripes, shit. And Richard Dreyfuss is being a normal human being. It's just really, it's unjust for me,
It's still funny though. Even if it's unjust, I don't care. I think it's hilarious,
Well, I'm in the minority here, and that's okay. That's okay. It was a fascinating experience that drove me to
You
alcoholism.
should try to finish it. You really should.
Oh boy.
It's so funny.
Somebody said it's good you didn't see the ending.
Yeah.
It was just like maybe
Yeah,
even.
Oh
angry.
yeah.
It's
off.
very
you would've
it's
fucking pissed off.
yeah, it's shitty.
You would have
God
had one
almighty.
good moment that you would have liked, but the rest of it would have pissed you off.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, I may pass on that, but we'll see. Goku McDuck says, "Do not finish it, my lord." Thank you, Goku.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you think of this movie?
Well, Doomcock, first of all, cleanse your palate by go seeing Project Hail Mary. But
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
But this movie, so when I saw it as a kid, teenager, I didn't like it as much because to me it wasn't as funny because I didn't really care for psychologists. But watching it as an adult, I think this is like the second or third time I've seen it as an adult. I think it's pretty funny. I can see both points of view, but here's what I take this as. Bob has a lot of problems, and part of when I watched it again tonight or the other night doing all the slides for this, I'm sitting there. Richard Dreyfuss is analyzing like he's been divorced. He's got this phobia, this phobia, this phobia. What the heck is he doing? Just giving him a book, and he gives him baby steps at work. But man,
He didn't care. That's what I'm saying. He's not.
Why should he care?
He doesn't give a shit, dude.
But that's
just
exactly
got
right.
his fucking door,
multiphobic
dude.
personality.
Yeah.
Here's the book.
No, that's
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's the thing. I'm like sitting there going, wow, he should have probably hooked him up with another psychologist or done
He
something more.
tried.
But it worked. What he did worked.
He tried to send him
Okay.
to the other doctor. Rob, come on.
Yeah, but I will say this. So like he does cure him at the end or in the middle of it actually because he tells him to take a vacation from his problems, and then Bob starts kind of acting goofy normal, but he didn't have all the weird quirks. He stops being a germaphobe and some of those things. But
Did you get to that part, Doom?
No.
yeah, you might have because it was
Hey, when they were trying to like make it funny that Richard Dreyfuss is choking,
That part will really
and he's
piss
just
you off because he stops going to Bob's house as a patient, but then he stops by the next day and he's like, "Hey, I'm not here for a session. I'm dropping by. I'm on vacation."
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wearing his infamous shirt. It says,
fucking hell.
"Don't mess with me. I'm local."
Yeah.
Fucking live it, Dreyfuss
Oh
is
yeah, no. Well, I
fucking
got to
livid.
that part. It's at the dinner when and he takes his chicken, and and then
So you did
he's
get
like,
past
call
that
me
part.
doctor, whatever it is, and don't call me Leo. It's not. We're not in the office. And then he like goes in, in there, and he's choking. And then I think we're supposed to laugh that he's just like jumping up and down on him like he's a fucking trampoline. Well, I no,
It's like full on
no.
wrestling moves. He's just
Yeah, he is.
Puts his knee into his back. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
It's funny, but I don't take this movie seriously at all. I mean, it's just
No, God
it's just
no.
kind of a
This movie's
lighthearted movie.
ridiculous.
but that's the thing is like the split is there, like between the more grounded, serious, realistic, and the extreme.
Yeah.
And they needed
is
to make it
divided.
more uniformly cartoon. If I was gonna I feel so fucking sorry for this bastard.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say that about Richard Dreyfuss' character in this movie.
There's nothing wrong with the guy.
No, the one thing for Dreyfus, though, I will say this is like, as the son of a doctor who my dad used to be on call, and so you have to go away or go do other stuff, and didn't always have as much time as he would have liked with my brother and I as kids. I wonder if this character was kind of like that with his kids, and so the only time he got to spend was with the kid trying to teach him how to dive, and the kid didn't want to dive, and he had a weird way of talking with his daughter with the puppet thing. I thought that was creepy.
Yeah.
But I can understand both points of view. I just don't take it serious enough to really want to go into an analytic thing of it, because the reality is you almost want to call the cops on Bob and say, hey, look, he's stalking me.
Almost.
You probably would. I probably would.
Yeah, you would in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In real life.
They're both really despicable people.
Yeah, and that's what makes it work. I think they needed to amp it up, but this is Disney back in the time when it was too touchy-feely and wouldn't,
Yeah.
So,
But
but it's a decent movie. I like it. I had fun. I laughed, but I don't think I don't know if you can go any further with it. So
I don't think I could. I mean,
yeah,
if I was
don't finish it.
don't.
if I was Dreyfus, shit, he'd be in a well somewhere, rubbing the lotion on its skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he'd just be this guy's got to go. This guy's got to go. If the cops won't take him, then we have to. I don't know. Lassie will be talking. I'll just say, "Shut up, Lassie. We're not gonna talk about Bob in the well." Heather L., what'd you think of this movie?
Well, this was the first time I had seen it too. I've never seen it, watched it before. The best part to me was Richard Dreyfuss's performance. I thought he did it great. I don't think he's like a total asshole, totally unlikable. I think they could have taken that a little bit further. Like, yeah, he's arrogant and a little bit of a jerk, but definitely if they would have taken it further, I didn't feel like he deserved it at all, but I thought his performance was great because you could see like the frustration on his face. He acted it so well. That was kind of what was funny. Like,
it was real, Heather.
It was real. I mean, that's
It's
what,
real.
it makes sense now.
He's like, he hasn't spoken about this movie for a long time, and he finally did, and he said this was a fucking nightmare to
I was
make.
just like, God, his acting is just like so fantastic in this movie, but it was real, so that's pretty funny. But Bill Murray was just like Bill Murray acting like Bill Murray. Richard Dreyfuss was what was good about this movie, but I don't think he deserved it at all. I didn't take any pleasure in that. But Doomcock, I think it's just so frustrating if you're putting yourself in that, in there and thinking, how would it be if this freaking weirdo was just stalking me and wouldn't go away? I think that's what makes it so frustrating, is if you're kind of trying to put yourself in that position. It's kind of like the other movie that you hate, where the guy's trying to get home all night and just can't get home.
After hours.
It's like a nightmare because it's so frustrating. You can't make it stop. And that's the same kind of thing. Like, this guy just won't go away and he's just constantly there ruining your life. And so it's frustrating. But God, I was just fascinated watching Richard Dreyfuss. I thought he was so funny through the whole thing. That was the enjoyment in it for me. I thought he was good. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
I'm pretty sure that if you look at that movie, when you see Richard Dreyfuss at the table, when he's yammering on and talking to fans, the look on his face, look on my face when I was watching it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I wasn't looking in a mirror, but I bet like my stone face, like as he's like doing all these antics and seducing his family and humiliating a guy and eating his fucking chicken. That was my look on my face.
To me, he was more irritating when he's jumping on the bed with the kid when he's trying to sleep. Like, that would have been it. I would have tossed him out right then.
I didn't make that. I didn't make it to that.
He didn't make it that far.
I didn't make it that far. So no comment.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nick, what do you think of this movie?
I actually love this movie. I thought it was hilarious. I like the way director Frank Oz kind of turned this potentially creepy premises, the patient stalking his doctor, into kind of like a goofy, good-hearted comedy. In the role reversal, I thought was well done. You got the stable doctor, then the unstable Bob, and throughout the movie, it's like the unstable Bob becomes more stable, the professional doctor becomes more unstable throughout the whole movie. It had that sort of heartwarming family dynamic, with the family and the kids, and they're like having sympathy for them.
Fucking hell.
And like one of the relatable themes I thought that I took away anyways from the movie was, the importance of feeling loved and included, and focusing on the small positive steps, and personal growth. I don't know. I liked it. But I mean, I saw it originally, right when it came out. So I was, God, what year did this come out, Gary?
I think 1989 or 1990.
91.
Yeah. So I was like 11 or 12 when this came out and I saw it. So, maybe if I had never seen it before, I might think differently, but I liked it back then, and I still like it today.
Okay.
Funny.
In a warm family dynamic.
Yeah. I thought so anyways.
Oh,
well, the wife and kids they were very nice people.
He's swell, Bob. He's just fucking swell. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Let him go ahead and crash our fucking family vacation. Let's go ahead and make him pivotal in our fucking lives. Yeah. Oh, dear God. Okay.
I do have a question for you, DC.
Yeah.
Out of all the movies that have been suggested on this part of the show that you'd never seen before, which one was your favorite that you'd never seen before that we covered on here? That just comes to the top of your head.
There's a lot of them that have really, really been good.
Is there one that stands out?
I'm trying to remember, I mean, there have been a number of them that really been fucking good.
Did you ever go back and watch Goonies?
No, I haven't. No, I didn't see that. I think I liked Spies Like Us.
Oh yeah,
really, really
Chevy
good.
Chase and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah,
but it's hard to say which I like the most. I mean, there's been a whole lot of these movies that I'd never seen before that were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But this was not one of them. This was maybe the one I hated the most.
This is your When Eagles Dare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Mike. Now I understand. Mexican Iron Man. I know your pain. Andy, what do you think of this movie?
Let's see. A movie about somebody who can really get under somebody's skin. Yeah, I liked it. I can relate to this thing. It's just ask my wife.
Roll, Andy.
Booger breath. The thing that I liked the most about it was that there's so many things that everybody else just gives him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, that's just Bob. Don't you feel bad for him? He means well. He's just
that asshole.
Yeah, but he's an asshole. He's like, and he doesn't realize he's an asshole. he doesn't realize how intrusive he is, and and Richard Dreyfuss being like everything's got to be just so, like, his daughter was like, let me live my life, let me, like, my friends, like, he's giving her a bunch of crap about going sailing. Why'd you take Bob? Like, like, why can't you just leave me alone? Let me have some fun. And then he keeps like harping on his son, like, you got to learn how to dive. Why? I don't understand why I have to learn how to dive. He is very unlikable. He is very, like, a control freak, and he's like, and now I love at the very end where he's trying to blow up Bob. He's like, what did you do with the 2 bags I hung around your neck? Oh, they're in the house.
Boom.
Oh my God.
Doom Dreyfuss puts a bomb on Bob in the forest. He ties him up and he's gonna blow him up. And he's like, Doc, I don't understand. What are we doing? He's like, death therapy, Bob. It's guaranteed cure. He's gonna blow him up, and he's taking care of the whole thing. He leaves him behind, and then Bob ends up coming back to the house for his birthday party, and he had the bombs around his fucking neck. He left him in the house, and it blows the fucking
house. Dude, when you see Dreyfuss really flip his wig, and he goes completely crazy, it's hysterical. He's just like, no, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. He's like, he goes in there. He's like, he looks at all the guns. He's like, no, too messy. Like, dynamite. I can blow him up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then we can eat Gil, and then we can eat Bob. Well, maybe that's going too far.
Oh my God.
He's gonna eat the guy's goldfish. He's gonna grill it and share it with the family.
Would you have some more fish, dear?
My favorite part was when he drops him off at the loony bin there, and he goes in there to pick him, and everybody loves him. They're all like, cracking up, like they love him. He's like, they're looking at him like, you're nuts. This guy's great. Why can't you see him?
Yeah, she goes, maybe you need to check in for a few days.
Yeah, he drops him off at the psych ward. He finally leaves him with like a doctor friend of his, and he comes back, and Bob's got them all like in the common area sitting around, and he's cracking them all up with like jokes and stuff. And
what did one neurotic say to the other?
Oh man. And then, Dreyfuss is like catatonic at the end of the movie. He's flipped out. He can't even like talk. And he's at the wedding of Bob and his sister. And the priest is like, does anybody object to this wedding?
He can't speak.
Fucking Dreyfuss is like,
looking like Captain Pike.
But he was too late. The guy already pronounced him married, and then all of a sudden he yells.
Oh my God.
Dad's back.
So fucking funny.
Oh my God.
When he finally gets back after changing the tire, and he's all messed up in their surprise party, and he sees Bob there with his sister, and I got this shot where he's
around his
in
sister.
the air.
Oh my God.
It's so funny.
Catherine Irby plays the daughter. She went on to do like a Law and Order series with Vincent D'Onofrio and a whole bunch of films. And I was like, when I first looked back at this, I was like, oh shit, that is her. Because I didn't recognize her because I was used to seeing her as an adult. Like, oh wow, how about that? Now I don't know how old she is in this film because she's probably about 25 years old playing a kid, but as was typical back then. But yeah, this is Bill Murray I can just imagine like letting him ad lib things and just be Bill Murray, because he's got to be the guy who is probably that annoying. He probably is that frustrating to be around, because you never know what kind of mood he's going to be in. Like, he could just be like, and I think the more you react to him, the more he pushes it. He's probably that kind of guy.
That's true, Andy. I watched them. They almost kicked him out of the AT&T Pro-Am here in Monterey. Because he would he was on the green looking for his golf ball. And he's like, I can't find my ball. And he grabbed some woman's purse on that's standing on the side and dumped the purse out on the green. All her shit's like all over the green. Like the woman's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, it's not there. Oh, there it is. Like, they were pissed, but they knew that if they kicked him out, that like they wouldn't get the crowds that they got. So he could do whatever he
Wow.
wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows his value. I mean,
He
look,
knows the limit too.
yeah, he knows, like, everybody that works with him knows, like, the chances you're taking when you hire Bill Murray. It's a crapshoot. And it can't be. I mean, look, he pissed off one of his best friends so badly they didn't talk for 20 years. You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those things. So, but yeah, I can see what you mean, though. It is rough to take. It is very frustrating, and anybody that's ever dealt with somebody, they just want to strangle because they're being that annoying. Yeah, you get that with this. He pushes the limit, and then it's like gaslighting because everybody's liking him. It's like, can't you see that this guy's like, oh, he doesn't mean anything by it. Isn't he sweet? And he's so charming, and he's like, oh, you look much younger than the photo and all that stuff. Like he's
Jeez, that really.
he's flattering. He's like, he's a kiss ass. He's like, but it really is like this whole gaslighting thing where everybody but Richard Dreyfuss thinks he's a great guy, but he sees like, that you keep when he did that stuff in the beginning where he went to play the detective to find out his address at this vacation spot, and then he gets in there into the little diner, and like the owners of the diner, yeah, we hate him. He stole our dream house right from under us. Like, yeah, we'll take you to his house. And then when the house blows up, they're cheering. It's like, hey.
Yeah. Well, so I see I made the right choice and bailed. I'm glad.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Fuck Bob. Fuck Bill Murray. Yeah. Shit. Sean, what do you think about this thing?
I see both sides of this. I was roller coastering through this movie. There were parts I was like, God, I was looking at how much time's left on it, and then
Wow.
but then there are some parts that just I laughed out loud, like really hard. Like, so I'm like, okay, it was getting better. It got better as the movie went on. One of my favorite parts was when Bill Murray gets off the bus. It's driving away. You hear everyone in the bus is cheering. Like, yeah! That was really good. That was a good joke. You could hear them laughing and stuff. But yeah, I was really shocked at the end. I thought this was going to be, they're going to rectify it. There's going to be a heartwarming moment and everything. Kind of like, it reminded me a lot of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, like where at the end that's where I thought it was going, and it did not fucking go there at all. Wow. It was okay. I don't think I'll watch it again, but it was all right. I do want to say, Mark's 47 in the chat says, next con we go to with Richard Dreyfuss, I'm going to wear the "Don't Hassle Me, I'm Local" shirt and just shout his name over and over until I get kicked out.
We give Mark a glass ashtray. He can walk around with it too.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I want to see that.
That's funny.
God.
Oh God!
And I looked. You could buy that shirt. You can get it online.
Yeah. It's a good
Oh
one.
Jesus, boy! Wow. So you were on the fence about it.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I understand why Gary loves it, and I guess it's just probably down to personal experience, maybe with which side you probably identify with more or what. But
I only find it funny because I've dealt with this kind of shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Dreyfuss was,
friends, people I know. I've dealt with this multiple times.
Jesus.
Not as bad, but I mean, I've dealt with this shit.
Yeah, but Dreyfuss did have a great performance. Like, he's slowly losing it through the movie, and he did a good job. He really did a good job with it. So.
Yeah.
And I did notice Richard Dreyfuss, hearing you guys do your impressions of him, Richard Dreyfuss is almost like Art Bell on helium.
A little bit. I mean, Gary channels him. Gary channels him. I don't know how Gary
Art
does
Bell
so
on
perfect.
helium?
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little faster, a little higher pitched.
But Gary really nails it, man.
Yeah.
He really,
Yeah.
unfucking believable.
I
I don't
literally
know where
closed
that
my
came
eyes
from.
when
It
Gary.
just happened one day.
I literally closed my eyes while Gary was talking, and I was like, "Oh, Richard Dreyfuss is in chat with us."
Dude, the first time I heard you do that voice, it was at the con, and we were about 30 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And you did that. I'm like, oh, fuck, where is he? It's like, oh, it's Gary.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Speaking
dare
of
do it
con,
to his
I've got
face,
the picture.
though.
Let's
No,
go ahead
no.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, here's the picture there.
Well,
Nice.
you see, Gary, it's like this.
He's like, normally I don't let people take photos of me, Gary, but how do you want me to look in this photo?
I said, I don't know. I just look bored. So then he flips me off.
Fuck you, Gary. Okay.
He's an amazing actor. I really love
he's
Richard
great.
Dreyfuss, and
Yeah, he was
You know.
cool.
so I didn't like seeing him be tortured by this fucking asshole. But
I love it.
especially knowing he really was. He was really pissed off.
God, I love it. Oh, yeah. It's all real.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Oh man. All right. Well, that was quite an experience. I hope y'all enjoyed it in the chat. I hope y'all enjoyed the review here. Anyone have anything else you'd like to say about it? No?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to a few of these here super chats before we wrap up for the evening. Because it all got fucked up. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Okay, it jumped on me. So hold on just a sec while I get back to where I ought to be. Okay. Paulameter Gamer. Producer Paulameter Gamer with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Paulameter Gamer. He says, sad tidings on the gaming front. According to a Bethesda developer, there will be no remaster of Fallout New Vegas. Ah, shit. That sucks, man. Jeez. I was really looking forward to that. Also, Mouse PI for hire is a must. That's the second time I've heard something about Mouse PI for hire. Trevin Lane talked about it. Yeah, IGN has been roasted for their review of Mouse PI Detective for Hire. They said there was too much shooting in a bomber shooter game. LOL. Yeah.
IGN.
Check that out, Paul Veter Gamer. It sounds pretty fucking cool to me. Sounds pretty fucking
IGN
cool.
went full woke a long time ago.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? What
Yeah.
happened to them? I don't know. It's sad. The woke virus, it's tenacious, and it's really it spreads. It spreads and it takes root. It's creepy. Matthew Eagle with a $2 super chat. Hail Matthew Eagle. He says, hey, the new Mortal Kombat comes out May 8th. Check it. Hail to you, Matthew Eagle. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
It looks
You
good.
know?
Yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks like
And
it's
so
Johnny
does the new.
Cage.
Yeah, so does the new Street Fighter movie. I don't know if anybody saw the trailer for that.
I saw the trailer for that. I thought it looked a little bit cheesy, but it fits the video game.
Oh yeah. It's definitely video game accurate. Which anytime you're gonna have a video game accurate movie like Street Fighter with the characters in that game, it's gonna be cheesy a little bit.
Huh. All right, fair enough. Hail to you, my friend Trevin Lane. Thank you for popping that out there. Matthew Eagle, thank you as well. Paula Beater Gamer and Goku McDuck, the birthday boy, with a 50 Mexican peso and a 20 Mexican peso super chats, 2 in a row. Goku McDuck says, it is one of those movies I expected a lot, but just went as full disappointment. Similar to Mrs. Doubtfire, but Cool Runnings saved it. Cool Runnings saved what did it save, Goku McDuck? I'm not sure. It's a little confusing on that one.
I think it may have saved Disney, I think.
Oh, Disney. I got you.
I know it did really well.
I got you. Hail to you, Goku McDuck. Yeah, I've heard that, oddly enough. Thanks, Cool Runnings. Thanks. Fucking Cool Runnings. Now we know who to blame. Mrs. Doubtfire. I never saw that.
Really?
That was actually funny.
Was it? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It was it, and it was also kind of a sad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it does have a decent ending, but at the same time, it's weird. It really is. I can see why you didn't see it.
Do you ever watch Arrested Development?
No.
Yeah, a few episodes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a scene where Tobias like becomes Mrs. Picklefeather. He's like separated from his
Gosh.
family, and everybody knows it's him, but he's such a dork that nobody gives a shit. So they just let him walk around doing shit and singing shit, and it's pathetic. Hail to you, Goku McDuck. Oh, and also he points out with a $20 Mexican peso super chat. Thank you, Goku McDuck. He says this movie was a prototype for Analyze This, which I also have not seen, so I couldn't comment on that. Isn't that a De Niro movie? Analyze This. I think it might be.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I don't know if it's any good or not. Roger McKeon with a very kind $20 super chat. Hail to you, Roger. Good to see you, my friend. Roger McKeon says palate cleanser, Let It Ride, starring Richard Dreyfuss, Terry Garr, and Jennifer Tilly. I rest my case. Yeah, have you all seen Let It Ride?
Not in a long time. That's that movie with the horse racing, the betting. He's a
I
gambler.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I don't know if I can't remember if I've seen that one or not. Huh. Hail to you, Roger McKeon. I will take that under advisement, my friend. Let It Ride. Terry Garr, Jennifer Tilly. How bad can it be? I mean, it's got to be pretty good. Love Richard Dreyfuss. I'll see anything with him. Hail to you, except this one. Poor guy. Hail to you, Roger McKeon. And Radioactive Actual with a $2 super chat. Hail, my friend. Says DC WAB is a live action Warner Brothers cartoon. It's great. What is WAB? Radioactive Actual. Can you explain what that is in the chat? What is WAB? I'm not sure. Radioactive Actual. That's the letters. WAB.
WAB is What About Bob?
Oh, okay. He says it's a live action Warner Brothers cartoon. It's great. No, it's not. No, I disagree, Radioactive Actual. It's not. Richard Dreyfuss isn't cartoony in it. And Bob is cartoony. And somehow, yeah, I don't know. Hail to you, Radioactive Actual. Well, we can agree to disagree, my friend. Thank you for being here tonight. But yes, I just could not. I could not take this one. Udite 1762. The arch villain of mine has been for 26 months now. Hail to you, Udite 1. He says, I feel about What About Bob much the same way that Doomcock feels about The Exorcist. I think highly of it generally, but I can't handle watching it regularly. It's a little too horrifying for that. Thank you, Unite One. I think you understand, man. I think you understand. Exactly. I was just horrified. It's like this fucking stalking guy. Anyway, Goku McDuck with 2 20 peso super chats and a 50 Mexican peso super chat. Hail to you for all of those, Goku McDuck. Oh, birthday boy. And I hope you had a happy birthday, by the way. Goku McDuck says Mad Dog and Glory at least had boobs. I don't think I've seen Mad Dog and Glory. I don't think I've seen that. So I couldn't say, but shit, it had boobs. Was Uma Thurman in that? I thought she was. If she was, and there's boobs in there, I have to see it. Goku McDuck also says Martin Short's Clifford was as unlikable. What is that, like Clifford the big red dog or something? I never saw that.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, it's
unlikable. Huh.
Clifford the Big Red Dog, and it didn't translate well.
Okay. And Goku McDuck then also adds with 250 Mexican peso super chats in a row. Thank you, Goku McDuck. He says, I watched Mrs. Doubtfire first. Hated it. Later saw Cool Runnings and made me feel better. Remember, it is my all-time favorite movie. Oh, awesome. Okay, dude.
I'm
Very
wrong.
good. What?
I'm wrong. Clifford was it wasn't the Big Red Dog. That was a separate movie they did. Clifford was what I believe that's with Charles Grodin and Martin Short's playing a little kid, and he's really really annoying with it. And
Jeez.
and I usually love Martin Short, but he was really over the top in it.
Oh, dear God in heaven. I can just...
Yeah, I love that movie. That was like a 2-hour SCTV skit. I don't know why you guys don't like it.
Yeah, Charles Grodin was great.
Oh my God, he's hysterical.
Dear God. Martin Short with that, I must say character, right? Is remember
And
that guy?
Grimley?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Grimley?
yeah. I find about 3 minutes of that tolerable. And if he was doing I can just imagine what his little fucking kid was like,
Oh, you'd hate that movie.
Oh boy, that sounds terrible.
If we want to do Charles Grodin, I like Seems Like Old Times much better with Chevy Chase and him and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, Goldie Hawn is awesome. Remember Foul Play with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase? That was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that movie.
Seems Like Old Times is almost like a sequel to that. It seems like.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And Goku McDuck says, the analyze this comment was sarcasm because I also do not find that movie funny, but it is better than Bob, and most people I know love analyze this. Fair enough, Goku McDuck. Fair enough, sir. Thank you for that. Happy birthday to you again, my friend. Hope you've had a good time in this pop culture breakdown installment. And I hope you had, like I said, a great birthday this weekend. All right, so let me go ahead and return to the scene. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and say goodnight to everybody. Gary Ambrosia, and Goku McDuck with a 200 Mexican peso super chat. Again, hail to the birthday boy. He says, no, Martin Short's Clifford has nothing to do with the dog. He plays a kid driving his uncle insane. And yes, Mad Dog and Glory is another boring Bill Murray movie, but Uma and an unknown actress bring it. All right, dude. I was wondering about Mad Dog and Glory. I have heard of that, but I've never seen it. And Uma Thurman, yeah, man, she was something. Let's go ahead and say goodnight to everyone. Gary Ambrosia, please. The stage is yours. Go ahead and plug whatever you'd like to plug.
You're muted.
Uh-oh, you're muted. Uh-oh.
Actually, it's kind of funny.
Sorry.
There we go.
I hope you didn't hear any of that.
It was a silent film edition.
Yeah, I was accusing somebody of something, but we won't go into that. I just want to say we love you guys, you and you and you and you, and even you, running your mouth throughout the whole show. It's a good thing we can't hear you. But anyway, we'll see you next week, guys. Hail to the chat, hail to the wrenches. See you later.
All right, thank you, producer Gary Ambrosia, who put up with my rant.
I am just a schmuck.
All right. Well, put up with my rant about this shit. Rob, go ahead and plug away. Rob writes Gen X Pop Culture.
Yes. So I've got a live stream this weekend at 5:30 with Agent Pepsi 1, Heather L, and Stark of Iron. We are going over our top 40 songs of the 70s. If Stark sends me his, we'll have his. If not, Agent Pepsi 1 will get revenge for all the buzzes, and she'll write some of his songs on there. But we're going to have a lot of fun. So come talk about the 70s at 5:30 on Sunday with me. Also, this weekend, the Michael Jackson movie comes out. I'll go see it, and I'll give you a rundown of it next week on the show, tell you if it's good or not. So, that's what we got going on. So.
All right. Thank you very much. Rob writes Gen X Pop Culture. And Heather L., go ahead and say goodnight to the good folks out here.
Yeah, good night, chat. Great seeing you guys here as always. Good night to you, Doomcock. My cheeks are super sore from laughing at your reaction.
Fuck. All right.
It was fun tonight.
I'm glad
the reaction was funny, like the movie is funny.
Yeah.
Like he is Richard Dreyfuss in this situation. That's why I find it funny.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I'm glad you're fucking amused. All right. Thank you, Heather L. I'm glad you're able to put a smile on your face. Nick, go ahead and plug away. Echo Base Network.
Yep, you can find me and Coach over on Echo Base Network. We got a live stream tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time. And then we got our June meetup in Nashville that Gary, Andy, and Rob will also be attending. So if you guys are in the Nashville area, June, I think it's 19th through the 22nd, I believe, and want to come hang out with us in Nashville.
All right. Thank you very much, Echo Base Network, and my best to Coach. Andy Masterson, go ahead and plug away, sir.
You're an asshole, Andy.
I'm just screwing Gary.
We'll just start calling him Bob from now on.
I will be offline most of this weekend because I will be reading Baby Steps. Seriously, thank you everyone for watching this. I will just be up to my regular antics. I did add more hair to the Culture Casino sculpture I made him even look more Sasquatch-like. And I'm also working on James Brown. Wow! Jump back, kiss myself. So look forward to featuring.
Oh, wow.
Featuring those.
That was the whitest impression of James Brown I've ever heard.
Well, hey, you know, I'm melanin deficient. What can I say?
Yes, I'd like to hear
you, Andy Masterson. You're a mensch.
Yes, I'd like to hear Gary Ambrosia do Richard Dreyfuss doing doing the King of Souls.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I actually did some work with James Brown. And I got on the stage with James Brown and I said, "Hi, James. I'm a huge fan, and I'd love to do something like a bit with you or something on the stage." And he said, "Go fuck yourself." And that was the interaction that I had with James Brown, and that's my impression of James Brown.
All right, well there you go. Thank you very much for that. Makes up for the movie. Sean, go ahead and plug away, my friend.
Okay, everyone. I just want to say thank you, DC, for having me here. Great panel, a lot of laughs. My cheeks are hurting a little bit too, but really great chat. That's it. I'm just look forward to see you all next week.
All right, Sean. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, folks. I want to thank each and every one of you out there for being here tonight. I'm a little bit annoyed because I had some super chats left over from our stream that crashed last time that I wanted to read for our dear friend Jack White, but X is doing this weird shit, Heather L, where like groups have disappeared. Like I can't see the wrench chat. I can't see our stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So I couldn't pull them up.
Yeah, it does a weird thing. I'll tell you later.
Okay. But anyway, Jack White, I apologize for that. And I will read those, I guess, next time or on Friday Night Frolics. It's just a fucking weird malfunction. All right, folks, from the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock and my panel of pop culture pundits bidding you all, my friends, oh yes, stay angry. See you next Friday for Friday Night Frolics at 7:30 Central, 5:30 Pacific, and back here next Wednesday for Pop Culture Breakdown. See you later. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later. See you then, my friends. Thank you all for being here tonight. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.